Okay, let's go. Lag when you're ready, please, gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone, and you are joining us here in London for Team England versus Team USA. My name is Emily Fraser from Matchroom Multisport, and I'm joined by none other Carl Boys.
Thank you, Emily.
USA
it's a pleasure to be sat beside your good self. Didn't know you did some commentary work, so intrigued to see how this pans out.
Thank you. The first
I'm
rack.
actually going to stick to my day job of promoting
Race to
Paul
5
instead
racks.
of commentating on Paul, but
USA to break.
as I keep saying, the budget was a bit tight after all of the money we had to spend on this setup. So,
Well, we'll see after this match. We'll see if you've got a career in the commentary box.
if you missed us this afternoon, this format is a race to 7 points. It is currently 4-3 to Team England. USA only 1 point behind, and it is first to 7 this evening. So we will watch this entire tournament play out here. And obviously we have Corey Jewell to break.
And he's come up dry on the break there, as you can see. And I think this is a big match for Team England. If they can just go 2 games in front, it'll just get us closer to the much needed 7 that we need. And a lot of us are edgy out there.
You feeling the nerves out there?
I'm definitely feeling the nerves, yeah. I've not really been playing a lot of pool recently, and then I think I'm more nervous out there than any of the Mosconis I've played in.
No, surely you're joking.
I'm telling you.
Carl Boys is actually a Matchroom employee now.
Yep, I've been signed up by your good self. So we'll see how that one goes.
Off
next
the
week.
Rails next week at the Party Poker Mosconi Cup.
I'm looking forward to it this year. I've been impressed with Tyler's game, and Skylar Woodward looks like he's really come to play this year, so I think it's going to be a close cup this year, I've got a feeling. And I think Corey's been struggling. The very first match of the day, when he missed that 9 ball, he was shaking on the shot. And from then, he just doesn't look too confident.
Extension called.
So we have a 30-second shot clock here, the same as our other Matchroom pool events. We have 1 extension per rack. How do you find that shot clock, Carl?
I prefer it, to be honest. I think it's much needed in the game, and the game's pretty self-explanatory, and there's not actually many shots you can actually play, so I think it's a fair time, to be honest. There's not, there's not too many slow players in the game anyway, so.
And just to obviously apologise, our score bug is currently wrong, so I think someone's had a bit too much pizza in the dinner break and hasn't switched the right button, so someone will get a slap in a second. I'm sure it's going to switch over very soon. Oh, look at that. It's like they heard what I was saying.
Sort them out, Emily. Put your foot down. Corey's got a chance here in the first frame.
Frame?
Rack, sorry.
You've been watching too much snooker, Carl.
Yeah, I've been watching snooker, ITV, one of your shows.
It was good, Champion of Champions.
It was very good, yeah.
Rasson table for the first time ever in a snooker tournament for us.
I thought the table was brilliant.
It played fantastic.
I've seen a lot of comments online. I thought it looked like modern. I thought it was a brilliant table.
Everyone slated it before, and everyone wanted it to go wrong. And the first game, it played absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And same
What
for
was
the
the
rest of the
snooker
week.
players saying about it?
All loved it.
They did, yeah.
And some of them were torn on the design. I personally love the design, but again, I'm
love the
biased.
design.
It's a bit fresh, isn't it?
Yeah,
Different.
I just think the snooker tables, they're just a bit dated, aren't they? And
Yeah.
I just thought the black table, I thought it was a good table.
Why not mix it up?
Yeah, I thought it looked good on the telly, to be honest.
I think that's what we're trying to do in pool at the moment as well, Carl. Just trying to mix it up, bringing in a fan's choice for the Mosconi Cup next week. Day 2, first match. Fans get to choose who goes out first.
I think that's a good addition. I think it's something unique, something very different, and I'm sure everybody's probably thinking it's going to be Shane Van Boening against Jason Shaw. So at least when the Mosconi's on, you want to see the sort of the top players in the team battle it out against each other, a bit like Darren and Shane. Even though Darren's not been playing, it's just got that little bit of edge to the match. So obviously if the fans do vote for Jason and Shane, then you're going to get to see the match, and then you see a terrible. I think you could have made that shot, Emily.
Yeah, I think I could have, you know. No, I definitely couldn't have.
He's having a little bit of a mare, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's worrying times, and
well, it's a lot of pressure here, and it's a lot of pressure on, especially Team USA. Like, this is their, warm up for the Mosconi Cup next week, and they are playing 5 solid players. Actually 4. Sorry, not
3.
you.
3. me and Darren are has-beens, I think.
No, it's definitely a really good lineup today, and Team USA have a really strong fight on their hands.
I think just going back to it, I think obviously the last few years, as we all know, Europe have been very dominant in the Mosconi Cup, and Johan's obviously decided to bring like Tyler into the team, where people don't really know him, but
I'm impressed by him.
I've been watching a few matches. I've been doing some homework, and I think he's going to be really good for Team USA.
I agree, actually. And so it's first rack, not frame, Carl, to
Rack.
Mark Gray against Corey Jewell. We're at the opening match of this evening's session, currently 4-3 overall. If you are joining us, this is Team England versus Team USA. It is a warm-up style match for the Party Poker Mosconi Cup, which is taking place next week, Tuesday the 4th of December.
Come on,
Live at Alexandra Palace and Sky Sports main event if you're not able to make it.
Yeah, just going back to Team America, Skyler has looked very good today. He looks like he's coming here ready, and he wants to put on a proper performance this year. He let himself down last year.
Take it to second rack.
I think Tyler looks
England
very
to break,
good.
leading.
Shane looks like he's
rack.
playing really well. Billy's sort of like that sort of fiery character where he's capable of doing anything. I do worry about Corey, because he's always been a bit sort of famous for missing the odd ball, as you just seen there, where he missed a relatively easy 6 ball. And I mean, he doesn't really have the excuse like me and Darren can have, where we're literally not playing. He's obviously been putting a lot of hours in, and I just worry about these crazy
He is a
little
grafter,
misses.
Corey, and I think he's had sort of the toughest ride getting into the Mosconi Cup
Yeah.
team. So he's certainly trained for it as such.
I just think it's important this year that the other player, everyone's always like relied on Shane, or it's like Shane this, Shane that,
Yeah.
but it's a team event, and he's had a bit of a nightmare in the Mosconi Cup himself. So I think it's time for
them all to step forward together.
all the other players to step forward, and I think I'm not going to keep going on about it, but obviously me and Darren, we've literally not been playing any pool as such recently, but because we're here and you want to win, and then obviously Mark, Chris and Imran,
Well, you've got so much history together as
and
a
obviously
team,
they're
haven't you?
playing well, and it sort of spurs you on. And I think Team USA have been probably a little bit guilty of underperforming, and I think that's probably knocked Shane a little bit. And I think if some of the other players can actually come and win some points and show like they're up for it, I think he'll play great.
Yeah, I agree, and I think exactly like what you've said. I think there's been too much pressure on Shane as an individual. He is the best player in the USA, and he does get too much pressure to perform, and I think he gets way too much stick. He is an absolutely fantastic player. Whirlpool Masters champion, US Open. He's got so many titles, and like we said, the team will step forward and work together. Then that's what you'll get for this year. And I've noticed such a change in Team USA, and I'm really confident that they're going to come out strong together. And I think Team Europe should actually watch out. I'm loving all of these haters that are coming on saying, Team USA haven't got a chance, but I completely disagree. I think you're all going to be surprised next Tuesday.
I agree as well, and I think I did like Team Europe, and I think the fact that obviously with the Mario Hean and Albin Ocean, I just thought obviously they've done very well in the World Cup of Pool. They've won it before, they've lost in the final, they know each other, and I think now that Mario's been replaced with Kazakis, just think USA have got to be happy with that.
Well, Kazakis is a very strong player. You've not seen any of his results
Very
recently.
strong player, Emily, but playing in a Matchroom event,
Yeah,
playing
I
in the
agree.
pool room's like playing chess and drafts, I'm afraid. That's how different it is.
What a great analogy.
And he hasn't got any Matchroom experience, has he? He's
No,
played
just
in the World Cup of Pool. He's not gone deep in the tournament, and I think when he walks out in London,
He's gonna.
it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. I'm sure it's not. So if you're just joining us, again, this is Team England versus Team USA. We are first to 7 points overall, and it is 4-3 to England currently. This match is Mark Gray against Corey Jewell, and it is 2-0 to Mark.
I actually thought, Emily, that the camera was just going to be on the table like this now. I didn't realise it was roaming cameras and it was on us. I've been like texting some people. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was just going to be like this.
No.
Oh,
well, this
wow.
is the thing. We never do events like this. You know, if we do a Matchroom event, it's in the big arenas, and this is something we can't put on something that's naff. We have to be able to.
I was very, I won't say I was surprised, but I weren't expecting it to be like, I was like, oh God,
Why do you think I'm commentating? Because I spent all the budget on actually making it look
To be
nice.
fair, you're doing a good job, I think.
Oh, thanks, Carl.
You should get in the box in Ali Pally.
No, I've got too much to do, to be honest. Only got the event to run, mate. You'll be busy and off the rail.
Yeah, I'll be
If anyone's
flying.
bought VIP tickets, you do have a pleasant surprise in the VIP lounge at the Party Poker Mosconi Cup next week. Carl Boys is aside me, and I'm not going to reveal what is going to happen, but all I'm saying is that VIP is sold out, I believe, Tuesday and Wednesday, and so there's still tickets available Thursday, Friday, but there is a surprise for all of our VIP ticket holders within that lounge an hour and a half before the session. So from 5 o'clock, when you get your hospitality.
Does this involve me?
It does.
Oh wow, what have you done to me?
So you are all in for a pleasant surprise. We didn't include it in the information. It is a last minute add-on.
I don't need my cue, do I?
Yes.
Oh wow, what have you done to me?
If you're interested in seeing what that surprise is, head to mosconicup.com and buy your last chance of tickets for
I feel
those.
like I'm getting stitched
You
up.
are getting stitched up,
Oh,
100%.
wow.
Look, you signed a contract to be on the employee rota for the Mosconi Cup.
I've made a mistake there.
You should always read a contract,
Oh,
Carl.
wow.
But you're all in for a, like I keep saying, a pleasant surprise. I'm intrigued to see how it goes down.
It's a good job you told me, because I was going to send my cue back home.
You were definitely coming with your cue.
Oh, he's played a good shot here though. Chopped
That's
the
a
one
lovely
ball
shot
in
there.
and he's
Sorry,
perfect
rabbiting
the
on
two.
here.
Come on, Corey, now. These are dot to dot. See you knock these in, lad.
.30-second shot clock in play here.
The thing with Corey is if he just can take these silly little misses out of his game, I mean, he'd be very, very dangerous.
But he always seems very relaxed when he's playing Corey, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He just seems to, well, maybe like you say, I mean, obviously he's feeling it a bit and he wants to win, obviously, but he just does seem to throw the odd easy missing from nowhere, and that's what's impressed me about Tyler, to be honest. He doesn't look like he's going to miss anything silly, and his fundamentals are very good, and I think he's going to play well.
Is this pretty straightforward from here for Corey?
It should be pretty straightforward, yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice angle now, so just got to make sure he gets back over past that 9 ball. It's nicely done. I mean, the main thing with this is obviously it's giving Team USA great practice, you know, as a team, and you know, you've put together this little arena from, obviously there's not a big crowd in.
Yeah, it's
like
definitely a
behind-
rowdy crowd.
Oh,
Might
yeah,
have to boot him out later.
Could have been a lot worse.
2-1, 3. Oh, come on, graphics, sort it out. It's actually 2-1 to England in this match. Corey taking that rack there. Overall, it is 4-3 to Team England in this event. We will see it play out this evening, so you will see the winners tonight. They'll be picking up a lovely trophy.
There's a trophy as well.
There is a trophy.
What is this?
I keep telling you, I just
Nobody's
couldn't get a
told us if I'd
commentator.
have known that.
I just can't believe you guys underestimated us. I mean, we're the best ball promoters in the world. I keep saying it, but we are.
Is it the Mosconi Cup trophy?
No.
That'd be funny. Just
You
bring that
actually get
out.
to keep it.
Cue the fourth rack. England to break.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah.
Carl, I was
By two
actually
racks to
dogging you
one.
out earlier in the last match,
Cheers.
saying that every time I see you, all I can think about is the 8 ball that you missed at the Whirlpool Masters in Manchester.
I know. It's like, I don't know what it is, but people just want to like speak to me about that. It's like the 7 ball before, it was like one of like the best shots I've ever played, but no one wants to talk about that one.
It was just, you
But
just,
to be fair,
okay, there's no excuse for that shot,
no.
Carl. It was
But to
absolutely
be fair,
atrocious.
I've never backed myself up in this instance. I've just like laughed it off, but I am going to back myself up now.
Yep.
I didn't
intrigued.
twitch the 8 ball. So when Pagulayan missed that 9 ball against Jason Shaw, right? He cued across the cue ball, which put side on the cue ball, which obviously made him miss the 9. As where the white ball was that close to the 8, I didn't really have like an angle where I could cue it, so I just tried to spin the 8 in. But obviously, if you're not very good at pool, you don't understand what's going on. And actually, I think there's been a lot of easy balls missed since, so I think people need to forget about my shot.
I'm not sure about anyone else, but I sort of snoozed off as soon as you started talking then, so I don't actually know anything you
cheers.
just said. I've just,
Do you know what I was going to do though?
yeah?
Because it was in Manchester, I had a lot of friends there, and I was like down in the match. I didn't really play that good, and I clawed it back. I was actually thinking, as soon as I popped the 9, I was going to jump off the arena straight into the crowd.
Well, it makes sense. That's why you missed it. Your head was out of the match, wasn't it?
But obviously I missed the 8, so that ruined that. Pretty good shot he's played
Yeah,
there.
great
Has
shot.
he got the hook?
Great shot from Corey. He's back in this. He's definitely, his head's in the game still, isn't
Can I
it?
say snooker or is it hook?
We promote snooker as well, so I don't mind.
I'll say hook.
So what are you thinking about the new Whirlpool Masters criteria, Carl?
I think it's good. I like the idea. Obviously 24
Extension
players.
called.
Top 8 seeds have a bye, right?
Yep, so they go straight through to the second round, and the others are all invitational.
And the other 16, is it a random draw?
We will seed it.
Oh, you'll see the whole.
Yes.
Right, I'm with
yeah.
you.
So
I'm
it'll be
still waiting for
interesting.
my invite, actually.
Oh,
not
this is
received
so
it
awkward. Fans' choice, Carl. Might
Right,
happen.
anybody who's watching,
No.
right, I've had the greatest comeback in Whirlpool Masters history, even though people, and the greatest miss. So I've got to get some fans' votes for that, sure.
Moving on. So what do you think about the table here for Corey?
Again, I mean, sort of 3 to 4 ball, and then the 4 ball to the 5 ball. I think the 5, 6, he can carry that. He can play a combo on that. I think he's landed a bit funky on this though. He's not played the best shot there on the 2. You might have to go rail first here. And there you see, he's just aiming for the rail here, just to create an angle to spin out, but he's played that a bit funny for me. I thought he'd have played it a bit softer for the 4 in the top left pocket. Can he snip this in? It's very thin. Oh, it's a great shot
That's
there.
a nice shot.
Very thin, and he's developed the 5 ball lovely. Now this is where you at this level, you have to clear the table here. You cannot be making a mistake here. And I think that's what USA have been guilty of. I've been watching a lot of previous Mosconi Cups this last month, and even though Europe have been winning and is some years dominant, it's actually been a lot closer than you think, you know. There's been a lot of 5-4s, 5-3s, and USA have had opportunities, and he's just dropped that a little bit short. If the cue ball had come a bit further over, he's guaranteed to clear up, but there, as you can see, he just stopped there. He knows he's got a bit of a funky angle, so he's got to power this in. Yeah, and he's not really, I'm not really sure where he's going with that one. He's left a thin chop, and he's not guaranteed to be on the 9 here. This is what I mean. A very easy finish has turned into it can go wrong. He's played it pretty good though, he's judged it well. And this 9 for 2-2. There it is. 2-2. He's asked the question.
So if you're still joining in and tuning in, well, I think I just got my words muddled up then. If you're tuning in now and joining us, this is Team England versus Team USA. It is a one-day event, first to 7 points, and it is currently 4-3 to Team England. Still a lot of matches ahead of us this evening, and I think we'll be here for a long time tonight. See all of our matches play out, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this does go. Obviously, first to 7, we've got Mark Gray against Corey Jewell. Corey first to break, and it is 2 apiece.
Thank you to Fifth Rack.
Where's the after party?
USA.
You know,
Two
the
racks
after
each.
party for the Mosconi Cup next week is probably going to be the best one since.
Don't be silly. Blackpool.
So
it
Jess
was wicked,
Glynn
Blackpool.
had her after party where ours is going to take place.
Oh, wow.
And the same setup. Just saying. So
Blackpool
anyone
was
who's a
cool though,
VIP
wasn't it? The
ticket
after party at
holder,
Blackpool was good.
no. Anyone who's a VIP ticket holder automatically gets an invite to the Champions Party. It's not called an after party, Carl. We're stepping into the professional level here in 9-ball pool.
Oh, the Champions
Champions
Party. Does that mean the
Party.
losing team are not allowed?
So yes, the Team Europe aren't allowed in.
I'm not Team Europe, it's fine.
All Matchroom employees, of course.
Now Mark's got a little shot here. He's going to play a little combination, 1 onto the 2. The difficult thing in this rack is the 4 ball, the pink 4 at the bottom. As you can see, he's tied up. He's not played a good cue ball there, so no, it's not too bad actually. He's got a nice angle, he can come down, but this is important. He gets the right angle on the 3 ball in order to play a cannon and dislodge the 4-8. So this is the key shot now. We'll see if he can play that shot where this one's gone. Has he come far enough? Emily, has he come far enough there?
Excuse me, Carl. Look, I'm not going to pretend that my technical level of 9-ball pool is not as high as yours,
That's fair enough.
but I'm a great promoter, I must say.
Fantastic. I don't think he's got the angle there. You know, he sees he's had to play safe, and I'm not so sure if he's got there. If we can just get a camera angle there with his body language, I don't know. As I said though, he didn't quite have the right angle, so there was no real value in potting the 3 there.
Just a note on the VIP tickets for the Party Folk and Mosconi Cup next week. Any VIP ticket holders will be given their Champions Party details and access for the Friday after party. So if you are asking about that, you will find out as soon as you come into the hospitality at the Mosconi Cup next week.
And as you see, Corey's locked him up in jail there. He's played a good shot. Just looking to make a contact here, just to not give up ball in hand. And he's got a good hit. And there's distance there, so he'll be happy to see the cue ball flying down the table.
I think Corey's dangerous for the Mosconi Cup, you know, in a good way for Team USA.
If Corey just cuts out them silly little misses, I agree.
He's a great player, absolutely fantastic, and I think he's key to this team to, you know, making it work for this year.
Well, I think the other thing and all is obviously he has experience lifting the cup, and I think that's got to help surely.
Extension called.
I think with Team Europe though as well, that I've noticed is over the years we've had like obviously Ralph, Sue, Kay, Darren Appleton, the real who's who of American pool, and this year it is quite a sort of like rookie team to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you've got Niels who's played in 11 or 12, and then Jason and Albin have played in 2 each, and then obviously you've got 2 rookies, so it is quite an unusual.
Oh, great shot there, right?
Brilliant shot, yeah, he's a great shot maker, and this has come out absolute smelling of roses there.
I think despite the first rack, I believe it was, I think Corey's really pulled this out of the bag for the rest of this match here.
I mean, he's a great shot maker, stuff like that. He's, you know, banking the ball and caroms, you know, he's one of the best at. This is surely now, he's going to be 3-2 USA. It's just a case of connecting the dots, making sure you don't play any loose shots. This looks pretty good. I think this type of thing though, what you've done is it has to give USA some confidence, win or lose, just to feel that match environment, you know.
I completely agree. I think it's, you know, a lot of people are negatively looking at it and saying, oh, if Team USA lose, they shouldn't even be playing in the Mosconi Cup, which I totally disagree. This is perfect practice, and they are playing really, really strong contenders for this. It is a Mosconi Cup style event with the players that they're playing. So it's like what you said, it's great practice either way.
Yeah, win or lose, it's totally irrelevant, because, you know, the players in our team, you know, most have played in multiple Mosconi Cups. Obviously we're just not in the team this year, and this is all about practice and a certain environment and just getting used to it. So win or lose, it's great for USA.
So it's 3-2 to Corey Jewell here against Mark Gray. Mark Gray's hardly been at the table here.
Yeah, I mean, he was 2-0 up and looking good, and now he's got to find something now.
And overall, it's 4-3 to Team England here in London. It is the first to 7 points. So we will play this out this evening. We'll be here all night because I know it's going to go 6-all, and then I don't know who's going to win.
I'm absolutely dreading it.
But just to talk about the Whirlpool Masters next year, Carl, taking place back in Gibraltar, 29th to the 31st of March 2019. And again, just it's looking more like the superstars of pool, I think. You know, we just recently announced Fedor Gorst, who's not played in the Whirlpool Masters before, and I think, especially with his results recently and how he's been playing, he's a great player for this kind of lineup, and he's the exact kind of player that we need for this type of event. We changed the format, we've increased the prize money. It's $100,000 altogether, and you know, those sort of players are what we should be doing for this event and moving forward. We could keep doing the Whirlpool Masters 16 players every year, and you know, it'd be great and everyone loves it. But we need to change the pool game, and we need to make it more interesting, make it more fun, put more prize money into there. And
well,
it's perfect for next year.
I think you're right, and I also think the fact that you're just giving more players an opportunity, which is the big thing in my eyes. I mean, because some of the players obviously who are going to get invited might not have got invited if it was still 16. So that's what I like about it. You know, because there's not a lot of pool tournaments in a proper TV arena on TV, and you know, without that, I just think the game is struggling. So I've always looked at it like the Matchroom events are like the majors of our sport, and I know a lot of other players think like that, and
it is my goal to do more events like that and to make those stages even bigger. I know that we do the best events in the world for pool, but you know, I want to set the bar so high that all of the players want to come and play in it, and obviously come and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, and you've got lady players playing as well.
Lady players? Do you just call them lady players?
Well, what do you want me to call them? Girl players.
World number one female player will be participating in the World Pool Masters.
Have we got the world number one female player yet?
We have not.
Waiting for a certain date.
From December the 31st.
Right.
And we may have another female player, but I won't divulge too much information. I'm not leaking any secrets just yet. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled. Jeff DeLuna got announced last week, or earlier this week. I've forgotten what day it is, to be fair.
Oh, is it the wrong ball there? And he's left a 1-9 combo. I think he's going to shoot it.
Ball in hand for Corey here.
And this is to get on the hill in a point.
Great confidence boost there for Corey if he,
yeah, I
if
mean,
he gets that.
It didn't look good early on, but he's turned this one round, and this for 4-2. He's made it. Wow.
4-2 to Corey Deuel against Mark Gray here. So he is on the hill. He needs one more point to go level overall against Team England. And what a couple of matches that we've got in store for us tonight. This is a real matchup. We got the best players in Team USA against the best players in Team England. Wow.
Some of them. This has all gone wrong for me. I was hoping I was going to come up here, we win the next 3 matches, I don't have to play, happy days.
No, it's not going to happen, Carl. I'm
It's not
telling you
gonna
now.
happen, so
Team USA are way too strong, and I'm confident that they have us.
yeah, but they're playing a 3-man team, Emily.
That's you're just saying that. You and Darren keep saying this
Thank you,
because you just want an
7.
excuse for when you lose tonight.
USA to break.
That's what you want.
No excuses.
And you don't
Just-
have an
just
excuse.
facts.
You've been playing fantastic this afternoon.
First match was a bit ropey, but second match I got a little bit better. Just got to get a feel of it though. And then Corey's breaking. He's known for his breaking across the world. So that's it. Oh, the lights flew all over, but he's made a ball. Oh, it's gone in off. He's been unlucky. Lost the white a bit, and then he got kicked.
Unlucky for Corey there.
And he's left
Ball in
a
hand.
nice table here. Very nice table for Mark.
Although Mark hasn't been at the table, he just feels he doesn't look too confident right now, does he?
No, he's not confident. I
No.
just played doubles with him. I know that. None of us were confident. I think he's good in this rack though. It's all about this shot now. He's judged that well, to be fair. He's got a lovely angle there. Just draw back up for this 3. And then I think 3 to 4 ball's going to be key. The 7 ball only goes in the, doesn't go past the 9, so he's got to make sure he's okay on the 6. But like I say, this shouldn't cause too many problems. It's a favourable layout. So Emily, what's your pool game like?
Well, I had a doubles match with Brendan Moore. It was me and Brendan versus Desislava, our other referee, and one of my friends, Louise, who does the graphics for one of our contractors. And I did this shot, and I had no idea how I did it. And I hit the 2 right down the rail, but the the 2 went on top of the rail and into the bottom pocket. I had no idea how I did it.
Is there any footage of this?
No, and we all said, even Brendan and Desislava stood there shocked, and they had no idea how I just did it. But it was probably one of the best shots. It was definitely Mosconi Cup worthy.
Wow, you could have made the highlight.
No, I
reel.
nearly put myself into the Mosconi Cup.
You should do.
But it was I'm basically the fluke queen. I'm really, really lucky.
It's better to be lucky than good. So
100%.
Yeah, and he's had to play. He's played a good shot there, give himself. Well, he's absolutely plumb.
Well, I feel like Mark's just totally proven us wrong here, where we were saying he wasn't very confident.
That's what
He's
I love about the
taken this
Mosconi Cup, though. I love the fact of, because it's a race to 5, even if you're 4-1 down, 4-2, just that one rack just throws the pressure straight back over.
And you don't feel like that's total slog behind, do you?
No, not at all. So in a race to 9, in some tournaments, you might go 7-2 down, for instance, and you think, I need a miracle, really. But this at 4-3,
So if
still all to play for.
Yep. And if you're tuning in, it is the Team England versus Team USA matchup here in London. 4-3 to England currently, and it's Mark Gray against Corey Deuel. Corey on the hill, but Mark Gray is coming up close. And it is Mark to break.
I'm
Thank you,
intrigued
Rack.
to see
8.
what this surprise is you've got set in
England to break
store for
trailing.
me in this VIP
By
room.
4
I'm,
racks, 2-3.
I'm more interested for the fans. I think they're going to really enjoy it, you know.
Don't. This sounds horrific.
Oh, it sounds great. This is what I just love about Matchroom and our events. That we
Stitch
just
me up.
yeah, and we have the freedom, and we're not scared to try things. Why not try it?
Why not?
So, well, you don't know what I'm talking about. So
No, I don't, but
all I'm saying is that you guys have some fun in store.
it'll
Next
be
week.
right. I'm a good sport, so that's the main thing. And he's made a ball, and he does have a shot on the one ball. It's not the easiest of shots.
I was going to say, what are you thinking about the layout of this?
Well, this is a big shot now. He's obviously got to pot the one ball and get on the two, and it's quite thin. He's going to play for the two ball in the opposite corner to where he's potting this one ball. He's played
Nice
it
shot
lovely.
there.
He's played it lovely. Oh, what's the angle like? Oh, I think he's perfect here.
Mark Gray pulling it out of the bag.
He's got the perfect angle here, just to pop this two ball and screw down off the cushion. Just double checking. This is what I like. I was going to say Europe, but obviously not Europe, but obviously Mark's played
Extension
in
called.
3 Mosconi Cups, and you know he's been on the winning side all 3 times, and just knows how to compose himself. He knows it's a big frame, rack, sorry, and he knows this is a big shot.
So he's just sort
He's
of
under
stood
it
up,
though.
set himself up again, and come back down, and obviously played the shot great.
He's under it that by a long way. So he's either going to be... He's definitely not going to be taking this on. I'm sure he can't cut this along the cushion. I think he's having a go though. No, he's played thin. Needs to miss the 4.
Oh,
Yeah, he's perfect.
Just missed it. Great shot there from Mark. He's really impressed me these last 2 racks here.
Yeah, it was a good safety shot that.
What are you doing here if you're Corey?
Praying. He's just got to make sure you hit the 3. You know, worst case scenario, he's ball in hand. If you hit the 3 ball, things can happen. This is where you just need a bit of a luck factor in the game of pool. But he's made a good hit. He's left the pot, but he's got distance, so he's not guaranteed. It's not like a gimme, what we call a gimme. And where the 9 ball is, it doesn't look like he can, you know, just chop it round off the cushions. So he's got to come with a good shot here. Oh, he's played a brilliant shot. He did have the angle. The overhead camera made it look like that weren't on. Very good potter of the ball is Mark Gray. Now I think he's going to be putting this in the side and just topping the white. He needs a generous flick here, and he's got one. That works. I think we're going hill again, Emily.
A little bit of lady luck there, would you say?
Yeah, I think he played a good pace. That's all about pace. He knows he was going into it, and you know, good things can happen.
These shirts look fantastic here, don't they? At this warm-up event, Charles Peterson at UTG
Brilliant, yeah.
sorted us out these shirts, and I think they look great. The designs are fabulous as usual, and he will be at the Mosconi Cup next week with all of the Team USA designs. You can buy your own one, get them signed by the players.
Is that the actual USA one that they're wearing, or is that?
No, oh no.
No, that's just one for this.
We don't want to spoil the show, do we?
Right, I see. And it's 4-4.
4-4-2. This is exciting.
This is a big rack now.
So it's Corey to
either
break now, right?
It's Corey's break. It's 4-4, hill, and it's 4-3 to England. So this is a big rack, the biggest rack of the event so far.
Wow, that's quite a strong comment there.
Are there any questions on the?
Any questions for Carl? Shout them over and he will answer.
We'll have a small Q&A.
If you have questions for me, please don't make them pool related. Well, technical pool related, I must say.
Thank you, the deciding rack. USA to break.
Referees here are doing a great job at this
4 racks
event.
each.
I must say I haven't worked with them yet before, and I don't like change sometimes, but they are doing a fantastic job here in London.
Yeah, I agree. And then you see Corey just inspecting the rack there. Let's see what happens after this break. I really don't know what he's doing with the cue ball off the break. He's like hitting it so thin.
Dry break there. So Mark will come at the table. And what sort of shot has he got here, Carl?
He's not got an easy shot. Now, first glance, I don't know if the double's on. It's very risky. I mean, it's not the easiest of shots. At first I thought the one ball were going to pop out more, but it just double kissed that two ball. No, I'm not so sure the double's on. He went for it. It was on. He felt like it was on, and
Got a shot on here?
I think this goes. You know.
Yeah.
We're currently looking at the overhead can. I think with his body language, you can see.
Yeah, you can. You can just feel that.
He was trying to play a full length bank there and keep the white up the top of the table. It was a very attacking shot.
Nice shot there from Corey. Score prediction for next week, Carl.
Oh, that's a tough question.
That is a tough question.
Very tough question. I'm not going to predict the score, but I'm going to stick my neck on the line and go USA win.
Wow. I'm going to agree with you. And if we're wrong, I will buy you a bottle of whatever drink you want at the Champions Party. No. Yeah, if we're wrong.
Right, I'll have a litre bottle of Gordon's gin.
Non-alcoholic.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's no disrespect to Europe. Obviously, I know all the guys on the team, but I just think surely we can't keep winning the cup. It's got to turn around at some point, no?
Yeah, of course. And I think this year's the year for Team USA. Like I keep saying, I've noticed a real difference in just body language amongst the team. They are so much more together and they are solid. And I keep saying it, but I think Team Europe have got a strong fight on their hands.
Am I right in saying no wives and girlfriends have come over for this Mosconi Cup for America? Or am I way off the mark?
Say that again?
Am I right in saying that none of the wives and girlfriends have come over with the Americans?
I think a few may be coming,
right, okay.
but I think each player has looked at it and seen that it can sometimes be distracting. I mean,
Yeah.
Niels comes to each of our events and is always on his own.
Yes.
And he is, and Shane. They are, you know, the athletes that they're focused, don't bring their family along, and not saying that it's a bad thing as such, but it's one of those things when you're with the team 24/7, you're more likely to, you know,
Extension called.
be more focused with them together.
Yeah, Mark's just having a look at this now. He knows it's a big shot. Cue ball's near the rail, and I think the natural is in off, so you can just see him raise the butt of the cue up there, so he's digging down on this, and this is as good as.
Oh wow,
it's
what a
brilliant
shot.
Straight
What
pot.
a shot.
Very good shot there. Corey missed an opportunity there, and it was one of them where this is what America need to cut out next week. If they can just cut these little mistakes out and nick these points, then they can definitely run Europe close. There's no doubt about it.
Do you think these little mistakes are just coming more from the pressure that are here? Those mistakes wouldn't normally take place, in the pool clubs and when they're playing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, certainly in individual tournaments, you're not really going to see much like that. But that's what I was saying before. I just think the Americans need to stand up and they need to put a good individual performance in.
And I think they will next week.
And there you have it. It was a big rack, that one.
That was, yeah. And Mark
this
Gray about to take it.
It's for a 5-3 lead.
So, for anyone that doesn't know out there, Off the Rail it's always been a feature show that's happened after our, Matchroom events. It's more of a recap after each day, but the pool budget's increasing slightly. I've given Nick and Jake a bit more money and flexibility with it. Now we're a monthly Off the Rail show.
Yes.
So I believe we started in September, I want to say. And it's a monthly show. It gives everyone the opportunity to tune in and, get a recap of what's been happening that month. The last one, I believe, featured Marcus Shamat and his thoughts on, obviously, the team.
Yep.
Nigel Rees, the one and only. A few comments from him, obviously 20 years here at Matchroom refereeing, and he's such a creditable member of Matchroom here. And now, Carl, you will be taking Off the Rail at the Mosconi Cup next week. Are you excited?
I am very excited, and to be honest, I think Off the Rail and things like the social media platform is what we need in pool, because the Mosconi Cup is a once a year event, and obviously there's a lot going on behind the scenes leading up to the Mosconi, and I think Off the Rail is going to give people a chance to get some truth behind the scenes of what's going on and why this has happened. And because I've seen a lot of comments where people think like Chris Melling should have been in the team, and I'm thinking, well, there's a system there in place, but maybe we just need more ways of explaining. So I think Off the Rail, I'm just going to say it as it is, exactly what's going on behind the scenes, and just educate people a little bit more, because it's probably not their fault, to be fair, because there's not that much pool on TV. Obviously the Matchroom events are on TV, the World Cup Pool, the World Pool Masters, the Mosconi Cup, and obviously next year the first ever Matchroom multi-sport US Open 9-ball championships in Vegas. So we've got 4 big tournaments now, and I think Off the Rail and any social media platform is going to just give everyone more insight into the facts and everything about it. So I think it's great.
That is exactly right. It's like you had that scripted. Exactly
Straight
what I wanted you to say.
Straight off the bat.
That's
no
why
writing.
you got the job,
There's no writing in and
There's
nothing.
no
That was straight off
papers
the
there.
bat.
No, I'm telling you guys, there is actually no script there.
That was straight off the tongue.
No, I think Off the Rails is great. It's like you said, we don't have much pool on TV these days, and this is something that we're looking to do.
Yes.
I want to do more pool events, but at the moment we've got so much on our plate here. We've got gymnastics, we've got basketball, we've got netball, we've got fishing.
You've got everything.
We've got everything. We've got our hands in fingers in so many pies, but I want more pool events. I'm hungry for more pool events.
That's good news.
Everyone should watch out, because we are coming for you, Pool World, I must say.
And I think obviously, depending on obviously how the shows go, can we bring some players in depending on what's happened the night before? So if, let's say for instance, Shane plays like an unbelievable match and USA are leading 3-2 and he's played like an unbelievable shot to win the, can we get him in the studio, if you like, and have a chat and just give people a bit more insight that way.
Exactly, and they get to be able to hear a bit more from the players, and sometimes the players are so accessible, but we're trying to really lock that down at the Mosconi Cup this year as well, because these guys are the best in the world.
Yep.
And they should be treated like the best in the world. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here, obviously, at Matchroom.
I do apologise if I've not answered any questions, by the way, but it's Emily's fault, that.
So if you're joining us here, we are starting our second game of the evening session. It is Team England versus Team USA in a Mosconi Cup style warm-up event. It is currently 5-3 overall to England. It is first to 7 points. So we have a doubles match here. Shane Van Boening and Billy Thorpe against
Darren Appleton and Chris Melling.
Oh, I was just checking Cole Boys was awake, everyone, that was all. And he was. So England have won the lag, which that's quite an often thing we've seen today, haven't we? England winning the lag.
Darren did a fantastic lag there. I think he was actually touching the top rail. And it's quite a good matchup this. Chris and Darren have known each other most of their lives. And I'm also led to believe Billy and Shane have known each other a very long time. So it's like battle of the friends out there at the minute.
That's very true. I'm going to like this match. I think it's exactly like you said. These players know each other. They know how to play, and it's going to be a very strong match.
Yeah, and it goes without saying this is a must-win point for Team USA. If they lose this one, England are on 6 and they're on the hill, and there's a lot of breathing space then.
So if you're just joining in, I'm joined with Cole Boys here, and my name is Emily Fraser. Probably not a lot of women that you'd find on commentary, so if you're a little bit flabbergasted, big word for you, Cole.
I think
you know what that is.
Good job. I think you're doing all right.
So we have Team England at the table here in this Mosconi Cup style event. It's not the real thing. I warn you guys, this is not the real thing. I would be very disappointed in myself at the setup if it was, even though it looks great in there.
It does look good, and like you say, it's not the Mosconi Cup. It's a pre-match Mosconi Cup warm-up for Team USA, and they've played okay. There's been a few little silly errors at crucial points. But, like I said, regardless of the result today, I think maybe this gives something to Johan to go back and look at. Like I said, we only play one Mosconi Cup a year, so after the event's finished, it's another year before the next one, and it's a long time to wait. So, this is like giving Johan a quick little nosy at how things have gone, and he's obviously making a lot of notes and stuff. So
that's exactly what Jeremy said. It's more Johan sitting back, looking at the team, seeing how they're playing each match, and then he can go back, speak to all of them, and revisit certain things ahead of the Mosconi Cup next week.
Is there any questions on there?
Any questions, guys, please feel free. I promise we will answer them now. So it's a 30-second shot clock that's in play here, exactly like our other events, the Matchroom pool. And you hear the beeps go off there. At 5 seconds, the players get warned that they only have that time left, and they get 1 extension per rack, and that's 1 extension per team, not per player, obviously, in Scotch doubles.
I've missed what's gone on here because England were at the table and they were in a good position, so I've missed something here. Not watching the TV screen.
Well, excuse me.
Oh no. But anyway, USA at the table. Shane's just double checking this. He's not 100% about the angle. That's why he's taking his extension.
Carl, when are you back on tour?
Well, Dennis, I'm gonna, unless Emily at Matchroom Multisport manage to get more of their tournaments, I'm not sure you'll see me back on tour.
Well, I'm planning on doing that. So,
I can't
to that answer, Dennis, Cole will be coming back on tour next year because I have big plans.
I want to be playing in front of the cameras, in the proper arena. I'm busy for playing in hotels with one man and his dog watching. And as you know, Dennis, you're a top player. It's just not for me anymore, I'm afraid. But obviously, if my invite comes through the post off Emily for the Masters,
That's not going to happen.
I'll see you in Gibraltar, pal.
Fans' choice.
That's Dennis in the Masters, actually.
No.
No, he's not in the Masters yet. Good
But
player,
it's,
good addition. That.
it's
From
in my
Estonia.
mind, don't worry.
From Estonia. I'll give you a little plug there, Dennis. A little 20%.
20%. George, we will not be using the same camera setup for the Mosconi Cup. We have much bigger plans in store for next week. I mean, everyone is going to walk into that arena and just be shocked.
Dave's just said when they played, the 3-ball dropped and you didn't have a shot. I'm with you, thanks for that one. So he tried to leave the 3-ball on the table when he played the combo, that's what I'm guessing. Carl, would UK beat Europe too? I think if myself and Darren was properly tuned up, I think we would give Europe a very good game, yes.
That's quite confident, isn't it?
I'm not saying we'd win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did win. Colgate, how many hours a day do you practice before a tournament, Carl? 0, but Shane probably plays about 5. I think when you get to a certain level, it's about quality of practice as opposed to, you know, just spending all day on the table. Great break there, very, very controlled. Controls the cue ball brilliant off the break, does Shane. Probably the best in the world at it.
I'm definitely not going to be commentating at the Mosconi Cup. We're actually pay people for that. I won't ruin everyone's evenings, don't worry.
Should get you in for a quick stint.
I think I'm going to have a little bit
team
too much
match.
on my hands. There's
you could do the
2,500
team match
people
now.
in there.
The team match.
Certainly not. I'm going to stick to my day job. I will let everyone know. I will promote events, not commentate. Like I said, I spent all my money on the setup here.
No, we've got Alex Laley in the commentary box. Phil Yates. I'll do a small stint.
And Jim White.
And Jim White.
Yes. Jim White, Alex Laley and Phil Yates, commentators for next week. The best in the business right there.
Great shot there. Beautiful speed and everything there. Judged it well off 2 rails.
I'm going to stick to my comment that I said that Tyler is MVP for Mosconi Cup next week. I'm sticking to that. That's a strong statement.
That is a strong statement. Been very impressed with his game now.
I have as well.
I watched one of his matches on YouTube about a week ago just to see how the kid played, and then obviously I've seen it firsthand here. Looks very solid on the cue, great fundamentals, and I mean, I think he's played great today. Great.
What's everyone's thoughts on Carl Boys for Whirlpool Masters commentator? I want to hear everyone's I want to hear everyone's thoughts. Who wants to hear Carl Boys in the box at the Whirlpool Masters in Gibraltar next year, 29th to the 31st of March? So
USA take a 2-0 lead.
This is strong from Shane and Billy, right? 2-0 up against Chris and Darren here.
And the bad news is I'm on next, Emily. Wowzers. Could do with England winning this match. I got like a free go at it then. You know, like no pressure, 6-3.
No. USA are going to take this match and we're going to go 5-4. I'm calling it. It's going to go 6-all. And then I don't mind who wins. I just like it. I just like a nice competitive event. I'd happily stay here, pay everyone the extra hours, and everyone gets a good game then.
Well, Shane and Billy are looking very, very good here. 2-0.
Trailing 2 ranks to 0.
And there you see they've made a ball, and they've got a shot on the 1 ball, and the table looks very kind at first glance. A great opportunity here. Dave Smith, I think this is the best USA team for a while. What do you think? I think having watched them today, they do look like they've come as a different animal. I know this isn't the Mosconi Cup, but obviously Johan has brought them in for this, this pre-match practice for the Mosconi, and obviously England's a very good team, so they're up against it. But I just like the demeanour. I hope they have the same demeanour in the arena at Ali Pali. So I don't think you'll be far wrong. I think it might be the best USA team on paper for 2 or 3 years.
It's certainly the best Team USA since I've been around. I mean, I've only been here for sort of, I think, 5 years now, actually.
When did you start? When was your first Mosconi?
First Mosconi was Blackpool.
Oh, the
and
best
I
one.
started just before that, so I was a little bit.
That was the best one.
Yeah, best
the
one
venue
until.
were phenomenal.
Blackpool would have been the best one up until Saturday the 8th of December next week, because next week is going to be the best one. I can assure everyone that.
I'll take your word for it. Daz has played a great
shot.
shot.
What a shot.
The rail. Great shot. Somebody's asking if I would like to see Canada add to the Mosconi Cup. That's probably a better question for Emily.
Oh, don't pass it over to me.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, obviously I know Canada have got John Morrow and Jason Clark, so...
I did think about it once.
Is it achievable? Can you just add
I
that
don't
in?
think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think Team USA is strong. I've got faith in Team USA. We don't need to do Europe versus...
We'll see. We'll see after this year. Has he got there? Just yeah, he's got there. Good shot.
Richard, feel free to just mute it. You miserable person.
What's he saying? How'd you mute the nonsense?
Oh, he's just being a negative Nancy.
Not another keyboard warrior.
Oh, they're always there. So, Team England taking their first wrap of this match. It is 2-1 to Team USA. It's our second match of the evening session. It's currently 5-3 to Team England, and it is the first to 7 points overall. So, another 2 potentially for England to take this, but I've got faith in Team USA. Just keep your eyes and your ears open for anything to do with the Reyes Cup. Be patient, everyone. Like I said, we've got a lot on our hands.
Wow.
But we've got big ideas for Matchroom Pool at the moment. 2019 is Matchroom Pool's year.
I've got a question for you, Emily.
Go on.
Is there a way of playing just Matchroom events and nothing else? Do you have to play on like these Euro tours and all this garbage?
A lot of things that we're looking at for new events is that to actually bring in the qualifying criteria. So you have to be, the US Open champion, but that's a Matchroom event. So to be European champion, you have to go and play and get these ranking points as well. So
Second
question.
Do you have to just win the event, or could there be a case for saying the top 4 of the US Open? No, but I mean, it's
Well, try and explain that. That doesn't sound great,
no, but
does
what
it?
I mean is it's obviously a very difficult tournament, so if you go deep, there's a little extra reward or something, no?
Yeah. Third question yet?
Depends how you answer that one.
Strong break from Shane there, I believe. Oh,
Billy, I think
think it
broke that
was
one,
Billy.
but another good break. But it's been a bit unlucky, as you can see. The 8 and the 6 blocking the path.
Push out.
Push out called from Shane. And Team England will come and have a look at this. Let's see, what are you thinking here if you're Chris or Darren, Carl?
I'm thinking, on you go, pal. You play the shot.
On you go, pal.
Now, they do have the option of playing the shot or passing it back to Team USA for any viewers that are not familiar with
they're
9 ball
up
period.
Reset
against-
clock, please.
Okay, so they've passed it back to Shane here. So let's see how he plays this out.
Where do Matchroom select the referees from? Over to you, Emily.
It's just whoever I like, really. No, I'm joking. We want the best in the business. So we need our TV's Nigel Reese, who is our tournament director now for all Matchroom pool events. He is the best in the business, TV's Nigel Reese. And to be quite honest with you, Carl, I'm actually looking for some referees. I'd appreciate some CVs in, but I want to hold like a
referees competition.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, that's a
referees
good
tournament.
idea. How can
I
that
want to
work?
do sort of battle of the refs because I want the best referees for my events.
Wowzers. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm used to seeing Chris Melling just smash the ball in and never missing. He's just missed the ball there by...
Well, what's going through his head there? I
by a
mean, he's walking away
long
laughing,
way.
but
Yeah, I think he's got lucky there. I think he's left him full. He has been so lucky there. It's not even funny. Yeah, so a referees competition.
I think that's a great idea. Get all the referees in one pool room. I don't know how we're doing it. I mean, I'm saying
No,
this
I'm
off
just trying to think.
the tip of my tongue right
Extension.
now.
Extension was called.
Oh, come on, guys, sort it out. So the players do get a 30-second shot clock here. And they get 1 extension per rack, and that's per team, not per player. And will each table at the US Open be refereed? Absolutely. This is going to be a proper tournament, guys.
Do you have any information on the US Open that you could, any
Well-
like breaking news, or is it all top secret at the minute?
256 field is set.
Yep,
So we've got 116 players that have signed up.
yep.
60 qualifier spots have been confirmed. Do you want to do that math now? 116 plus 60.
116 plus 60.
Yeah.
176.
So there's 176 spots taken at the US Open,
Right.
and the field is 256.
Right.
And today it is the 28th of November, and the event takes place on the 21st of April. Do you think we will sell out 256?
I would
Yes.
be shocked if you didn't. Is the answer.
I'm extremely confident. And you know those 116 players?
Yes.
All players I've never heard of before. That's what's scary.
Really? Wow.
When we do an event for the first time, that's what happens.
Wow. That's very generous roll he's had there, coming out of the snooker there. Just clipped the 3 ball, and
You
as you
do,
can
yeah.
see, he's sat right back on it. This is turning into a big rack now. A few little things have gone on
Yep.
already. This is pool though. You've got to, keep grinding away. We've all had these little flicks and bad nudges.
Extension.
Team England calling their extension here. They obviously want to take some time on this shot. And yes, that is a $1,000 entry for the US Open. $300,000 guaranteed. Was that your
Question
next
number
question?
3.
Okay.
Is the full event televised on Sky Sports?
The last 3 days of the event, which is the last 16, Whirlpool Masters style,
Right, I see.
one table arena, that will be televised live on Sky Sports.
Question number 4.
Go.
Will you be doing filming throughout the event to show on the programme?
Carl. What a silly question. What do you think we are?
I'm just speaking. Like, some fans will have thought of that.
The double elimination stage for the first 3 days will have 2 feature live stream tables.
Oh wow! Yeah,
These
that's
will
good.
be picked. These are just purely for entertainment value.
Right.
These will be the best matches taking place. So we've got 2 live stream tables, which will be live on Facebook, and we will have 30 odd other tables in the background
Yep.
playing. So, and we'll also be having roaming cameras. If anyone's familiar with the World Poker Series,
Yep.
in Vegas that happens every year between May and July. Think like that. That's what I want to achieve for the US
that's
Open.
good. Yeah, I like
Roaming cameras, lots of interviews, loads of people walking around, big screens, music playing all the time. Good atmosphere for these young players as well. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like the sound of it. That could be my gig, interviewing the players on the camera.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
But have you not entered?
Yeah, but I'll be touring out, so don't worry about
Yeah.
that. Although I have been to the final of the US Open, actually.
The US
Just to
Open
plug
will be
this on.
shown in the US, but we haven't confirmed where yet because too many broadcasters want it.
Wow, big news
I
for
know.
the USA.
It's huge.
Pool
huge
fans.
news.
And USA here looking like getting a 3-1 lead. I really like Shane and Billy as a
I think they're great doubles.
partnership, yeah.
I mean, I
like
could be
Shane
thinking-
and Skylar and all.
I know, I keep thinking the World Cup of pool partners as well. It's potential for Team USA here. Billy and Shane do play very strong together.
I don't want to say too much because I want to save it for off the rail, the first programme.
okay.
But Johan put Shane and Corey first doubles. I'd be very surprised if he did that in the Mosconi Cup.
Okay.
Very surprised. I think it's imperative USA get up to a good start.
So it's 3-1 to Team USA. We've got Shane Van Boening and Billy Thorpe, and they are taking on Chris Melling and Darren Appleton. It is 5-3 currently overall for the tournament, and it is race to 7 points. So we will play this out this evening. The players, you can just see Team USA here. They're out, they're having fun. They are taking this seriously, of course, and they're
Definitely.
playing well. But you can see just straight away that they are such a different team from last year.
Well, I think the important thing is, this is what I'm saying, they need to win points, they need to win matches, racks, and then you feel like you're involved, and that's why I think day one of this year's Mosconi Cup is absolutely crucial for Team USA.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely
completely.
crucial.
And the confidence boost if it goes their way for that first day on Tuesday.
Somebody's asked a question, why
Thank you. Fifth
wear
rack.
a glove
England to
when
break.
using Predator Evo?
Trailing
So
3 racks to 1.
I presume just because of the humidity, it might be a bit sticky, and the glove it's smooth for your cue. That's the only thing I would think the reason why they're using a glove. Good break there, as you can see. He's got them balls moving, and there you see he's got a shot problem with this rack. Looks like the 3-4, as you can see. Darren just having a little look, seeing if it's a combo. Bringing Chris over now for a little discussion.
So Darren and Carl obviously chatting this through.
So the fans pick, Emily. Do you think it will be a SVB Jason Shaw showdown, or do you think it'll pop up a surprise?
I think it's going to be a surprise. We recently did this in our Weber Cup format, which is 10-pin bowling. Team USA and Team Europe format, and it actually went for Team USA this year, and for the first time ever it will be going overseas, and Team USA will be hosting it over there, so it went really well for them. And we did a fans pick. Everyone thought it was going to go bad for Team USA, and it didn't.
No, I don't.
And I think this is what's going to happen this year at the Mosconi
Extension.
Cup.
Is it going to be an online fans vote, or is it for people who are in the arena?
Both. Everyone can
Right,
go.
anyone. Right, I
Well,
think it's good.
you can go online to do it. So if you're in the arena, you can go online and do it. We've got Wi-Fi there at Alexandra Palace.
And Chris, just to go off subject, Chris is having a laugh, and everyone was laughing in the arena there because Darren had a little simple shot there just to stun the one ball and then come back out, and he landed about 3 foot short, and he just started laughing, and everybody else started laughing.
Poor Darren.
I know, it's well, I'm not joking when we say me and Darren have played so little pool, it's not even funny, and you've thrown us out there in this arena, and it's like, it's horrible, I won't lie.
Well, that's what you were saying earlier. You didn't know what the setup was going to be like here. You didn't think it was going to be all these cameras. It's a lot
Didn't
more
have a
pressure.
clue,
As soon as
yeah.
you add that onto it, it just adds the pressure on.
Yeah, when you've not even been playing, it's horrible. Good shot there, very nice.
2019 Mosconi Cup will be held at... Nah, I'm not going to obviously divulge that information just yet. It will be in the States. But you guys need to keep your eyes peeled next week for any announcements.
It will be in the States. Surely it's Vegas, no?
Well, you never know, do you, Carl? You can't jump
Oh,
to...
what's going on here? I've just told you, when you've not been playing and you're out of the loop, it is horrible. But he's played this all wrong, though.
Look at that replay.
Wow, is it? That's so wide.
So Shane at the table here.
Extension.
The US Open will be at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, just in case anyone's getting slightly confused with my words. Oh,
he's miscued. That's unbelievable. He's miscued.
And for Shane as well.
And still screwed back. I've never seen anything like that in my life. He's miscued and still... Here you go, having a look at this. Miscue and still drawn the cue ball back. That's unbelievable.
That's how good Shane Van Boening is, Carl.
He can draw back when he miscues. And with that easy miss from Appleton, they're still in this rack. And there you see
Lovely
Chris
shot
Melling.
there from Chris.
Nice bank shot. And he's under it, this. He's really struggling out there. And I know how he feels. Don't worry about that.
So what's he thinking here for this 8 ball?
He's just going to cut this in, I do believe. He's looking at the bank shot. That's why he's moved over to that pocket. He's just looking at the line straight down. Fans seem to get this, you know.
If anyone is, it's going to be Chris, isn't it?
Yeah, he's feeling good. Oh, he's
oh
making
my
nine.
God, look at him walk away. It's like he's trotted off. It's like he mic dropped and walked away then. He just walked away with style.
He tricked us. There you go.
Lovely from Chris Melling there, which brings the overall score to 3-2, but still to Team USA. It's Chris Melling and Darren Appleton with 2 points, and Shane Van Boening and Billy Thorpe with 3. And it will be Shane to break. Our overall score for this tournament is 5-3 to Team England. I'd like to see another point here from Team USA. Let's go 5-4. Then we'll go 5-all.
Definitely 5-all.
And then I don't mind from there. As long as it keeps going hill. I'm quite happy with that.
Next.
6th rack.
I'm not looking
USA
forward
to break,
to it, I won't
leading
lie.
3 racks to 2.
So for anyone joining us here, this is the Team England versus Team USA in a Mosconi Cup warm-up event, and there's the scratch on the break there from Shane Van Boening, and
Ball in hand.
Team England will come to the table. Darren Appleton.
Yeah, they got ball in hand and it's 3-2 USA. And they're having a laugh here. You should. Chris is saying, I'll play the difficult shot in this rack. You just play this one over the hole, son. He's lost it.
Oh. I feel like Darren's head's just gone, right?
Emily, honestly, it's so hard when you're not playing, you're not confident.
But I feel like he's just given up a little bit. I can feel it from his body language.
Yeah, he's just... The good thing is he's laughing though.
I know, but I'm not sure if I like that.
Confidence is everything though with this game. If you're feeling good, and obviously you've been on a good run in tournaments and stuff, it seems an easy game.
Extension.
Team England using their extension for this rack. They get 1 per rack per team. It's a 30-second shot clock in play.
And Chris is trying to pot this 3 ball and develop the 4-6. No, he's been unlucky there. He's played a 2-way shot. I think he's tried to develop but play the correct pace where he's on it in the other pocket.
So what's he thinking here for the...
He's just going to pot this, but when you've missed a couple and you're not feeling good, this is not easy. And we can't take any more questions at the minute because Emily's phone has died.
I'm sorry, I get calls literally every 2 minutes and
Sorry about
messages
that.
and emails.
Oh, and he's missed it.
Oh.
I just knew it's just that. If you're practicing all the time and you're playing in tournaments, you don't really miss that shot. But at the minute, his cue will feel like a broomstick in his hand.
So Shane asking if they have an extension for this rack, which they do. So they're obviously just contemplating here with Billy. And I like seeing these two talk together like this. I think it's just, I keep saying it, I think in World Cup of Pool, and it's nice to see them both speak to each other. And now Billy's he's got this extension, he's going to stand up, compose himself, get back down at the table, which is what you need to do when the shot clock's in play, right?
Yeah, and this is as good as rack ball is. If he, oh wow, this is unbelievable.
Foul.
They're just gifting the match to England, just gifting this one. I mean, I'm not saying that was an easy shot. I know it looks easy on TV, and everyone's saying, "Oh, how's he done that?" But the 4 ball is very deep in the pocket, so he's obviously just trying to hit the rail first. And as you can see, he just missed the 4. That's the type of shot that can make you look like an idiot.
I know, you'd look at any average sort of pool club and you'd say anyone could get that shot, exactly like what you said, but just underneath this pressure, and it's such a straightforward shot. But
Darren Appleton over the years has had a knack of not playing his aim game and grinding out a result. You know, he's become pretty famous for it, and now we've seen it here where USA have had opportunity after opportunity.
And you can see sort of Billy shaking his head there. He's obviously so angry at himself for that shot, but I hope that he gets that out of his head, and obviously just continues with the rack, and hopefully they get another chance maybe at the table, but it looks like they may not. But it's still anyone's game here. It could potentially go 3-all here, and we've still got another 2 racks to go.
Correct.
And also it's Darren on the 9 ball, so we could be banging trouble.
And I'll tell you something, he's not landed great on the 8 ball, you know.
Right.
He's a little bit near the cushion and he's a little bit straight. And that is not where you want to be on a 9 ball pool table. But luckily,
that's a great shot from Chris there.
But he's landed 50-yard line.
Oh.
And let me tell you something, when you're not feeling good and you've missed balls, this looks like the hardest shot in the world.
Okay. He's got down quite quick though, hasn't he?
I like that though. Yes, he's made it.
Nice shot there from Darren. And so we're now level. It's 3-all here. And if you are just tuning in, my name is Emily Fraser and I'm joined by the one and only Carl Boyes. This is a Team England versus Team USA match, 1-day tournament. It is 5-3 to Team England. And we are in our second match of this evening's session, Scotch doubles, and it is now 3 apiece. So it's still anyone's. I'd like to see Team USA get a point here. I think it will be good. But it's still anyone's. Both teams playing very strong.
And it's England's break. Darren Appleton to break the balls.
Thank you. 7th rack.
In the 7th rack.
England's a break. 3 racks all.
He made a ball.
And that's
Doesn't
a
look
dry
good.
break there from Darren.
And I think he's got a shot. Emily, I do need a bathroom break, so I'm going to leave this rack
Are you kidding me?
to you.
Are you kidding me? I'm not going to let you. I'm going to tie you to the chair.
I want you to call every shot, every ball in every pocket. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Carl, how old are you and you need a toilet break? Guys, I'm going to apologise right now. I'm not anywhere near technical, and I'm watching Cole run down the stairs. If he leaves me, he is officially fired from the Mosconi Cup next week if we're off the rail. So Team USA at the table here. This is Billy here, and I hope he's got that last rack out of his head, which I'm sure he is. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. That's a nice shot there. And if you can hear the trains overhead, we are just by London Waterloo train station here at the Spots and Stripes Pool Club, who are kindly hosting this event for us ahead of the Mosconi Cup next week, and it is the 25th year, and it will be taking place Tuesday the 4th to Friday the 7th of December, live at 6:30 p.m. each night, and it will be at Alexandra Palace in London. And if you can't make it down for any kind of reason, tune in live on Sky Sports main event. Now that's main event, guys. Only the top events go on that channel, I tell you that now. So I hope you're all tuning in, and for our USA fans, it will be live on Facebook as well. So luckily I'm now joined again by Cowboys.
What's happening, Emily? USA at the table, yeah?
Yes.
This is not an easy shot.
Oh.
Overdone it. Another gift from Team USA. And this has been very much, these last few matches from Team USA have been very much like previous years in the Mosconi Cup, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm not sure about the body language that I see from both of these two. I know they've had some of these shots, and you can just, sometimes you can just see that give up sense from them, and that's something that I can't stand, and I just, you know, I want that fight all the way to the end, and it's only race to 5, but you know, anything can still happen here. And I know it looks like they're going to clear up here for Team England, but
no, I think it's a good point though. I mean, it's still 3-all.
Exactly.
Even if England win this rack, which I'm sure they're going to, it's, you know, it's 4-3. They're still in this match, and these are the type of points in the Mosconi Cup you need to nick these kind of matches, and I think Team Europe have been masters of doing that over the last few years. Oh, he hit that.
Thought it was going to be trouble there.
Yeah, he hit that clean. You could hear a few sighs.
Okay, so it's 4-3 to Team England now, and it did look very strong from Team USA. I think they were 2-0 up to start off with, and they've now come back, and it is 4-3 there on the hill. It is race to 5, Mosconi Cup style format. And I really hope Team USA just come back now. They just get on the table.
Very anti-England, aren't you?
Well, you know, they're playing next week, Team USA, and I want to see them confident, and I want to see them do well, because, you know, it's good for the event. I love Team England, and I don't care who wins today. I just want it to go 6-all.
I think they started off really good though. I mean, obviously they had the lead. I just think that's still maybe a bit of jet lag. I mean, they've not been in the country very long, have they? Let's remember that as well.
No, to be fair, and they would have been. Shane and Billy both had really big problems with their flights, and I'm not ready to talk about it yet, because it was a nightmare. I've been up for the last 3 nights, overnight, because obviously US time difference, sorting it all out.
Wow.
And it's been a nightmare, to be fair, and I do really, really feel, certainly for Billy, that he came in late last night. He must be so tired,
yeah,
and he's got to come in straight away to play in these kind of environments. You know, he's not just practicing; he's playing in an event style. And he's just got unlucky there on the break. And if that one had gone in, it would have been nice for them.
A real funky situation here, because I think the cue ball can go past the 8, but can he hit it enough
To get back for the 2.
to get back right down here for the 2? This is a real funny position here. But if there's a man you want playing this shot, it's Melling, because as you see, he's hitting the bottom of the white. He's going to just draw this cue ball all the way back.
Oh.
He's hit the 5 though. Didn't quite get there. I mean, that was a brutal shot though.
Still good shot.
It was good effort.
Yeah.
It was just brutal position to be in. Yeah, so like you said, Team USA, they did start off strong.
Yeah, they did, yeah. But it's exactly like, you know, these are the best players in the USA, and like I said earlier, I just hope that Shane and Billy do end up getting some rest, and I do feel for them. They've had to come in straight into these playing conditions, and it's tough for them. They're playing the best players in England. And
there's not been a lot in it. I mean, a lot of matches have been 5-4.
Oh yeah,
5-3,
they're not
so
5-0s except from
not.
Tyler, who that was fantastic. But they're not been 5-0s to Team England. They've been, you know, that's why we're still here. It's 9:30 at night, and you know it's only 5-3. There's a reason why these have been long matches.
Yeah,
it's
and I think
definitely
Shane,
competitive.
Darren kicked at that. You can see it, but needs to miss the 3. Oh, that's useful. That's useful for USA. I think he's got a full ball. Oh, and I think you're going to see him jump at this. He's getting the jump cue.
That's a nice shot from Shane, though.
A little bit fortunate, but
Okay.
you need it.
Extension.
And saying credit to Team England, well, and yourself, Carl, that you know you guys don't get together that often to play in this kind of style, and obviously you've come down and you're all playing together and playing really well. So
I don't know how, because the Masters in Gibraltar, when was it?
Earlier this year, February, March.
February. So since that one, I've played one pool tournament.
Oh, here we are. Here's the excuses.
Just facts, Emily. That's all. Just facts.
That's a nice effort from Chris there.
Yeah, I think he's left it though, but
he's left that, and I think it's Billy at the table, I believe.
And it's not easy. This is, you have to be really cueing good here. Full length, striking down on the cue ball. No, he's missed it by a long way, but that's the type of shot where if it goes in.
Oh, is that going to roll? Oh, is that going to roll in?
It's just stayed over the pocket. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't really like to see them kind of flukes.
No,
It's kind of a bit of justice. It's staying over, but as I was saying, them type of shots he's just took on, they can make you look a bit foolish, and then if you get them, it's like a bit of a wow factor shot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you look amazing, or like a complete amateur. It's just the nature of that type of shot. What's Daz done here? Daz has had he's had a roll here though. I think he's hit the 9 full ball, and I think
that goes, doesn't it, Carl? Carl's tilting his head trying to look at
that. I don't know why. I'm tilting my head.
If there was a camera in here right now.
I'm sure we've all done that. Yeah, he's been very fortunate there. He's at the 9 full ball and actually left Chris a shot on the 3. Big discussions going on here, obviously. They're just discussing where they want this next shot.
Oh, it's a nice shot there from Chris. Great shot.
And here's one for Daz. I think he's got to try and draw this ball right back for the 5 in the side. And it's another one of them shots where when you're not feeling great. Oh, he's played for the top, but I didn't think he could do that because I thought the potting angle might scratch, but sometimes very difficult to. Yeah, there you see Chris just using his finger. He's going near the point. Yeah, from this angle it looks like. Yeah, so what Chris is doing here, he's going to pop this 5 ball and use the point there you see. which leaves Daz a cutback into the side pocket, and I think he can go around the back of the 9 here. So this is just make sure you pot your ball, and I think if he pots this, it doesn't look good for USA. And there you go. It's not good news for USA, but it's good news for me, because it looks like it's going to be 6-3, so I can go on there and just whack at everything, and if I lose it's still 6-4.
Oh, God. These two have played really well tonight, Chris and Darren. I mean,
Yeah,
Darren looked a little bit ropey
yeah, it looks a
to
bit
start
ropey. He's
with,
come
but-
good at the end, but I think thanks to USA, I think USA have let him off the hook big time in this match.
But this is exactly what Johan's going to sit down and look at now, isn't he? He's going to look at this
100%.
with Jeremy, and he's going to go, right, where were these issues played?
Yeah.
And these are the top players again. They know exactly what's happened.
And I also think, like you say, the old jet lag, they've got to
Yeah.
be suffering from jet lag. And there you have it. It's 6-3. Darren Appleton and Chris Melling take that point.
Cheers. Thanks, Jay.
So that's the Team England versus Team USA match here in London. And as Carl said there, it is 6-3 to England. It is race to 7 points, guys. So next point potentially could be a win for Team England. I think Team USA have a few more in them, and it's not going to be over just yet. Play will resume very shortly, so make sure you come up. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm not sure who's in the box next. We got to get Carl Boys out because he needs to go and play. So I believe it's going to be my colleague Luke Richards will be joining you here very, very shortly.
So let's go watching Facebook. What's the plan, Nick, Chris? Plan on the D deck. Is the room
Leg when you're ready, please, gentlemen. England win the leg. Thank you. The first rack. Race to 5 racks. England to break.
Well, welcome back to the 10th match in the England versus USA challenge. It's England in a strong position, 6-3 on the hill, need one more. And they've sent out Imran Majid and Mark Gray. And they'll be facing up to Tyler and Skylar, i.e. Woodward and Styer. And they need a win to keep USA back in it. I'm joined by Chris Melling, who's just turned up, having just won that match there with Darren Appleton. How are you doing, Chris?
Yeah, good, thanks, Luke. Tough day, a lot of pool involved with today, and a lot of tough action off the break, a lot of dry breaks.
Yes, we noticed, we were talking about earlier, that probably 40% were dry, and generally the opponents ran out from the dry breaks of the other team. But
yeah, I think that can be a good thing though, because you get to see a lot more pool, you get to see a lot of the safety. Obviously we're used to seeing the balls run out a lot of the time, so it's good to see a little bit of the tactics involved.
yeah, so this one we've got USA need to win this one to extend the match. We've got Imran Majid and Mark Gray, who are solid performers, I have to say, for in Mosconi Cup over the years.
Yeah, I think Mark's played in the Mosconi twice, and I think Imran once. So they've got plenty of experience,
Well,
and
Mark,
obviously.
yeah. Mark's played 3 times, I believe.
Mark played 3 times, has he?
Imran once, yeah, but Mark's the 3-time winner though. So this fella, Tyler Styer, looked very good in his singles match earlier.
Well, for me, Tyler's been the best player on the US team.
Yeah.
From what I can see, he cues the ball lovely, hits it really nice. Good action, which is all the things that you need when you're under pressure.
Yeah, he's 23 years old, not a lot of experience at top level, but he's emerged in the last 18 months or so. He spent the last week or so with Johan in Belgium, sort of fine-tuning his game for next week, and so far he's looked good. I feel he's. I mean, whether how he copes with the pressure in the event itself is another story, but so far he's looked quite cool and composed, I think.
Yeah, he has. He's looked really good to me. Out of all the US players, I'd say Corey's probably struggled a little bit. Missed a couple of vital chances when he's been in the balls. But like you say, Luke, it's when you're out there at Alexandra Palace and you've got 2,500 people screaming in your ear, it's the kind of pressure that makes a great player and can also forward a good player. I mean, I've been lucky enough to play in that atmosphere, and it's just it's unbelievable. You'll never feel anything like it in the game of pool.
So let's see what the table's looking like for these two.
Well, that was a bit of a crazy shot there.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a swing and a miss. I think he was trying to make the 9 ball. But the balls were a little bit funky. 3 balls tied up, it doesn't really go anywhere, so probably going to see quite a bit of safety here. What both opponents will be trying to do is keep that 2 ball in the top corner where it is now and try and spin the cue ball around down towards this corner pocket where he's shooting from. But he's got to avoid the in-off. You can safely say he's going to be in big trouble after this shot. Unless of course they try and make the 2 ball, but for me it's a guaranteed hook if they play off the left hand side of the 2 and spin the cue ball round. He could attempt this, but getting on the 3 is very difficult.
Foul.
Well, that's a poor shot there.
No, that was. It looked to me sitting here. That looked like an obvious thing that was going to
Ball in
happen.
hand.
Yeah, he just hit the 2 ball too thick. You can see here he's gone straight in off. That's a really poor shot there from Mark. Don't often see him do that. That's a great shot there. Really good shot, and he's unlucky if he's left him dead straight. Left any kind of angle here, he can get on the 4 ball and have a relatively easy run out. Imran and Mark look a little deflated there in the chairs just looking at them. Like I said, it's been a long day, but as a pool player you get used to these long days.
Yeah, indeed, yes. Some of them are longer than others, aren't they? But it's been. What time did we start? About 2 o'clock.
We started around 2 o'clock, yeah.
And it's now 10 to 10.
Yeah, and an 8-hour shift isn't really a lot as a pool player. I mean, we played the Derby City earlier in January. I started at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and finished at 5 the following morning.
Well, what time did you need to start the next day?
Well, that was the end.
Oh.
That had finished then, so it was.
That is a long shift, isn't it?
That was a long shift, but
How do you manage to keep your focus and keep it in tune for that long?
I've always been the type of guy that loves playing and continue to keep playing no matter how long it may be. And I've actually done a couple of charity exhibitions, 24 hour.
Oh no! Seemed to me he was focusing too much on the position and forgot to pot the ball. Let's see if we can have a look at this
Skyler
again.
actually played a poor shot to leave him where he left him. Wasn't an easy shot on the 7, but you would expect him to make it. That's a good shot there by Imran. Just about perfect on the 8 ball to come straight back across for the 9 in the corner pocket.
That was a bit of a giveaway there from the USA, I thought. I think where the balls were, I thought it was easier to get out than not. And as you say, left him a little bit short on the 7 ball, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the story of the day for the US team. They've had quite a few chances as of as of England, but they've missed the vital chances. Like there in that rack, you would think that the USA was going to go 1 rack up, but it seemed to have happened all day. They're getting themselves in good winning positions and then, throw it away, really.
Trailing 1 rack to 0.
I'm not sure they're going to have to afford to do that next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because there's a lot of new players.
Yes, there are, yeah.
Well, that was a powerful break. He's very unfortunate if he doesn't make a ball there, and I don't think he has. It's a wide open table. Just the first shot's going to be the most difficult shot on the table here. I think we've had a decent turnout as well with the crowd. There's been quite a few people watching and enjoying it. A great shot there by Mark.
I think they can get out. I know it's a bit premature, but I think they can clear this table. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, Imran's just got to be careful here. He needs to land low on the 3 ball so he can get up for the 4. Doesn't really want to land high. And that's what he's done. He made it a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. Whereas if the cue ball was closer to, say, the side pocket, it would be natural position to get over for the 4 ball. And that's sometimes what catches a lot of players out. They think 1 or 2 shots in front where really you need to be thinking 3 or 4. This shot's going to be tough with the 9 ball cue, let alone a snooker cue. Oh, that's a good shot. He gripped that well. That's a bit of a loose one there from Mark. Could have done with a bigger angle, because now Imran's going to have to punch this in. The harder you hit these shots, the more chance the 6 ball has of bobbling and not dropping down the pocket. Unless you hit it like that. That was a good shot there from Mark. Put Imran in prime position now to take a 2-0 lead.
They look a bit short of energy now, the Americans, don't they, as opposed to earlier in the day. But
yeah, it was a bit to and fro earlier on in the day, you know. Both opponents going 1 match up or 1 match behind. But as the day has gone on, the English team seems to be progressing better. Obviously, let's not take anything away from the Americans. They've got a big week ahead coming up, and I'm sure their minds are on that.
England to break, leading 2 racks to 0.
Three ball. And Mark was begging for the 2-9 combo there. What's your thoughts on next week for the Mosconi Cup at Alexandra Palace, Luke?
well, we're always hopeful for the Americans, but it's, I mean, with one win in like 11 years or whatever, it's and just the total domination of the Europeans in the last sort of decade or so. But you know, every event when it rolls round is different set of players. You know, we're always optimistic. I mean, I know they've not played so well this evening, which you could may well put down to sort of tiredness and jet lag and those sort of things, which, you know, are part of the job. But I thought they looked quite impressive in the earlier part of the day, and I think that sort of augurs well for next week.
Yeah, I've got to agree. In the earlier part of the match, they did look really good. For me personally, I think that it's all about how they're set off next week. I think if they get a good early lead, then they're going to be really dangerous and really tough to hold back. But obviously, if Europe can get that lead, then it could end up being a runaway victory. But I'd like to see a 10-10 again, or a 10-9.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it, as is always, well, has been in the last few years in the Mosconi, the first day is so critical, because if a team goes down heavily on the first day, it just becomes such a difficult game of catch up, and the other team have their tails in the air, and it's just sometimes it's a bit too much to achieve. But It's just keeping it tight on the first day and not letting not making those sort of mistakes that give games away. Really, I think.
Yeah, for me, if I was the captain of either team, I would be saying to my team, well, let's get the lead overnight in the first day, and then they're playing catch up. You know, you've got the pressure on them, and we all know what can happen when you're behind and playing catch up and trying to get that lead back.
Foul.
Oh, he's been very lucky there, I think. Even though he's fouled, he's kind of left no shot.
Ball in hand.
And I think the table may turn slightly.
Well, I think if he'd have moved that 9 ball another inch, it would have been all over, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been a guaranteed 2-9 combo. But now it's made a bit more difficult. If I was Imran here, I would put the cue ball right next to the 2, play the 2 into the 9 and send the cue ball in behind the 4 and 5. He's kind of doing the same thing, but the 2 ball could pop out like that. I felt that playing it the other way, he had a bigger chance of getting away with it. Well, once again, that were a kind of a nothing shot. Couldn't do a lot, but I think he had to kick at that ball, because now he's just left a wide open table. It's all about this 2 ball. Pop the 2, screw the cue ball back 4 or 5 inches, and England will be looking to go into a 3-0 lead. He's flew the 5 ball. There's some rolls going off in this game.
And that 5 ball went in one of those almost impossible angles that you would never actually play for if you had the key in your hand that way.
Oh, that's a good shot there by Imran. Needs this to roll though. Well, he's shaking his head, but I think it's okay. He's got to be very careful here, because when he plays the screw shot, he needs to be careful he doesn't get too much into the cue ball, because he'll scratch in the corner. He needs to be careful he doesn't get too less, because he'll flick off the 9. Not an easy shot, this. Oh, he's played that well. He's played that as good as you could possibly play that shot. Well, that was a little bit of a strange one there from Imran. I'm not sure he needed to go twice across, but I think Mark will take it. Just a nice little thing cut on the 7.
That's 3-0. And looking ominous for the United States here. Do you think they can rally here, Chris, or is it looking a bit too much now?
Well, they've got to beat England now 5-1 to win this match. And unfortunately, when it's alternate break, I don't think they can come back to win this game. But that being said, the break's been tough for both teams, so you never know, 1 or 2 rolls either way. But this game's all about taking your chances, and we've seen in this game that America have had chances, and so have England, and they've both missed many.
4th rack. USA to break. Trailing 3 racks to 0.
I must say though, look, it's a really good setup. You know, a nice arena.
Yes, yeah, it's worked out really well at this venue. The Spots and Stripes in Southwark, in just south of the river in central London.
Well, what a break that was!
It was, wasn't it?
That was. There was some power on that break.
He's got a ball down, but not much joy on the one ball there, I'm afraid.
Maybe a little play the combination, one onto the 5. I don't think it's the right shot. I think screw off the 1, leave the 1 where the 5 is, and send the cue ball in behind the 7. That's a really good shot there.
Pretty much exactly how you predicted it, Chris, as well.
That's a really good shot. But the way things have been going in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if Mark makes this 1 ball. For me, he has to go below the 5 and hit it straight, full in the face. But he's going to need some luck here to get away with this one.
I've got to be that side of the 5 though.
Right hand side of the 5.
Yeah, he's definitely got to play the right hand side of the 5 ball. Play it with a lot of left hand spin. And just try and hit the 1 full in the face. That'll kill the cue ball and possibly put it behind the 4. That's a good shot. He's been a little bit lucky, but it's all about making the hit on that object ball, and that's what he did. Made the 4.
That was a nice shot, wasn't it?
He didn't want that.
No?
He'll take it. He'll certainly take it, but he definitely didn't want it. Because now he's faced with a really difficult shot. And at first glance, I'm not too sure what he can play. Maybe he can bank the 1 up towards the 5 and use the 9 and the 2 as blockers. He could bank the 1 straight up the table and just leave distance. But whatever he does, it's not easy. Yeah, for me that was kind of a nothing shot, but there wasn't a lot he could do. And there's not a great deal that Imran can do from here. Well, that's a decent shot, but Imran could be in big trouble, or should I say Mark Gray could be in big trouble after this one. He's stuck it up, and England have got another opportunity to get on the hill at 4-0.
Can he see enough of that to pocket it, or is he going to bank it across? Or
Yeah, I think he can make it. I think the problem is holding the cue ball. He may have to play the cue ball into the 9 just to hold it. Needs to hit the bottom side of the 9. Well, he's had a swipe. He's had a big swipe. I thought he could make that ball, but he obviously couldn't. Well, this isn't going to be an easy shot to hold for the 3 ball. Got to really dig into the cue ball here.
You don't have an extension.
He had to play that fast because he only had around 1 second left to play that shot.
He still played it quite smoothly as well, didn't he? But they're struggling hard now on this.
Well, this is one thing that the American players are really good at, and that's the bank shots. They play a lot of this in the Midwest, especially people like Billy Thorpe. He's one of the best bank pool players in the world.
Do you ever play? Do you ever play in the banks at Derby City, Chris?
I've played in it twice, Luke, and the first time I'd ever played it in my life, I came 5th. I didn't really know what I was doing apart from just trying to bank every ball I went for, and I think I actually lost to Dennis Hatch. But yeah, I was over the moon with 5th place. It was weird because that year I actually played the straight pool event, and I won the straight pool event, and I didn't have a break shot on 225. I didn't have a break shot, so I only needed to make 3 more balls to break the record. But unfortunately I didn't do it, but that was the first time I'd ever played that in a tournament, to be honest.
And that's a lot of focus and patience, isn't it, straight pool?
Yeah, that'd certainly suit the snooker players if they tried playing that game, because it's all about concentration and leaving the right angle on your last ball.
That brings it back to 3-1. So there's a bit of hope for the USA. They got rid of that rack quite well under the circumstances.
Yeah, and they've just got to keep nicking away, trying to nick each rack as it comes. Just hopefully getting a chance, and that's all you can ask for. So if I was Skylar or Tyler, I would think to myself, just give me 3 or 4 more chances. If I get 4 more chances and I don't win, that's my own fault.
Thank you to 5th rack.
What I do like
England
about this
to break,
US team is
leading 3 racks to 1.
they're all young, or the majority of them are young, so it's good for the future of American pool. Big break from Imran, but don't think he made one. And
No, he didn't. No, nothing down.
Has he left a 1?
Not sure he has there, but they're debating that themselves.
Yeah, one of them saying he can make it, one of them saying he can't make it.
Because it's down to the guy, whoever the shooter is, isn't it, really?
Yeah, for me he's got a really good safety opportunity. But if it does go, then certainly have a go at it. I feel he needs to play it into the rail first, though. Well, he never even went for it. He's played a good shot there. Really good shot. No straightforward kick shot. And if you're playing this jump shot, then you need to be very, very careful that the cue ball or the 1 ball doesn't go off the table.
Extension called.
And what Mark's looking to do is try and play the 1-7 combo. I just feel this cue ball's going to go really close to going off the table here, unless he hits the 1 ball full in the face. Well, he hit it full in the face, and he had He's had a great result.
God, I was wondering, can you see the edge of this one ball, Chris?
I think he can see the edge of it. If he can't, he can certainly play the kick shot to send the cue ball back down towards the 9, the 2 and the 3,
Yes.
and the 1 ball in between the 5 and 6 off the side rail onto the top rail. He could even try kick it in the side pocket. It's not an easy shot, but these top players make these shots look quite easy at times. Oh, this is a great shot.
Not quite.
Slightly unfortunate. Good plan though. What does Imran do here? I'm just wondering if he can bank the 1 up and down. I think that may be his only option. If he makes it, Mark's going to be on the 2 ball. Well, he's played the coward shot there for me. He's left a straight bank, or I think he may even be able to cut this 1 ball in.
He can cut that in, can't he? And then, yeah, it seemed to be neither one nor the other, that shot, I don't think. They've got deep shelves, these pockets, and he's keeping a lot of balls out, and that one nearly held up, but dropped at the end.
Yeah, I really like the Rasson tables. If you don't get quite close to them, they're not forgiving. Skyler needs to be careful here. Well, he'll take that. But Tyler's a tall lad, but I don't think he can reach this one.
Tucking his shirt in to try and avoid any foul on the
Yeah,
5
for
ball there.
me here he's got to play the snooker. Screw off the side rail in behind the 8 and 9. Oh, he's played it poor. That's a real poor shot, and he's stuck this up. That is a real poor shot. Because number 1, the 3 ball shouldn't be anywhere near the side pocket. And number 2, the cue ball should be right in behind that 8 and 9.
I'm not sure that ever went in that pocket, Chris.
Yeah, it was. I think he caught the near jaw. But there's been a few mistakes in this match, and it's definitely not over. That's for sure. Good shot there by Skyler. Perfect position. And the key shot in this rack is going to be the 7 ball to the 8 ball. Because they need to land more or less straight on the 8 ball. Where if they don't, the cue ball will be cannoning into the 9, and we all know that when you play cannons, anything can happen. Well, he certainly didn't roll that one in. Powered that 5 ball straight in the corner. Doesn't want to be straight, he's just okay. That could have been a problem if he'd have landed straight on the 7 ball there. And And again, Skylar needs to land straight on the 8 ball here.
Chris, where's he looking to put the cue ball?
Roughly on the diamond on the left hand side of the table, the middle diamond.
Right. Which is kind of where he's left it.
Yeah, he's okay there. Tyler will probably play a nice soft screw just to pot the 8 ball and cannon the 9 ball softly for the opposite corner pocket. That's just about perfect. We've got a match back on our hands, Luke.
Ooh.
Oh,
Just missed out on the scratch there, but it now moves to England 3, USA 2. As they're digging deep, the two US lads, and they worked hard in that rack to get it, and let's see what they can do in the next one.
yeah, it's good to see that they're still fighting. I mean, a lot of players could have given up at this stage. You know, Johan's getting behind them, he's fist pumping them after each rack, which is what you want to see from a captain. You want to see every player giving everything. Because in most sports, or should I say just like most sports, it's not about how good you are when you're good, it's about how good you are when you're not playing your best.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's well, they was talk about A game and B game and C game. And
USA to break, trailing 3 racks to 2.
I noticed earlier that Shane was having some success breaking from the centre of the table.
Yeah, Shane's really good at reading the rack, as is Corey Deuel.
There you go.
What a break that is. Oh, and I tell you what, he's been a little bit unlucky there. Because if that 1 ball was slightly further off the rail, he could screw off the 1 and make the 9. But I still feel he can play good safety. But it's not an easy shot. This is such a delicate shot to play here. You need to play it really slow with a lot of left hand spin, or make a lot of distance between the balls. He could be trying to bank this, you know. Gotta be careful. What a shot.
That was a great shot, wasn't it?
What a shot that is. Brilliant shot there by Styer. He actually didn't think he could make that shot. And Skylar turned around to him and says, "You can make this, don't worry."
That was an outstanding effort.
That's
Not one you even considered there, Chris, in the preamble to that shot.
Yeah, that was a lot harder than it looked. I actually didn't think he could play that shot. But obviously he's at the table and feels good about his game, so why not try shoot it? That's a brilliant shot, that is.
Thank you to 7th rack. England to break, 3 racks each.
And I thought 10 minutes ago that there was no way back for the US, but we've still got a game on. Oh, that was a poor one. The 8 ball may drop. And I think he's got a shot at the 1. Not an easy shot.
No, he has. He's got a clear look at it. And at that angle, it looks like he could come out for the 2 ball as well.
Yeah, Imran's looking round, so maybe he can't see the 1 ball. No, he can't. Imran could play a really clever shot here if he wanted, but I'm not sure he'll play it. For me, he could just play off the side rail slowly, stick the 1 ball on the bottom rail, and the cue ball will go behind the 2 and the 3. Not an easy shot, but don't think he's got many options. He could play the jump. If he'd have played that a little bit slower, he could have stuck him behind the 2 and 3 there. Where now he's left another wide open table. Is he too straight? Doesn't want to be dead straight on this. Needs a little angle. Well, he can play the 3 into the side pocket. If he tried to smash this in, he's going to have to make sure that he lands over to the right hand side of the 3. I'd play for the side pocket personally. Yeah, I feel that was definitely the right shot. Another really good shot there. And again, this is just about making sure that you land the right side of the ball. Playing at a good pace, Luke. They're not hanging around.
No, it's been a quick rack.
I'll tell you what I have noticed though, every time it's gone hill, the English guys have won. And the Americans have had the break, I believe, on the majority of the hills.
Well, I don't know if we've collated any stats, but it's be interesting to see the number of dry breaks overall in the context of this, because we noticed that earlier that, you know, it wasn't half, but it was getting on, you know, 44 out of 9 racks were going dry, and generally the other team was picking them up. And
where's the cue ball? Oh, that was close.
Wasn't that?
That was dancing with death right there.
It's 4-3 USA. That's some comeback, and I believe, are they breaking this rack, Chris?
Yeah, I think it's the Americans to break. And I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed by Tyler's game. I actually commentated on his game in the International Open last month when he beat Neil Styer, and he played brilliant there. And it was really impressive.
I mean, he's looked out of the team. He's probably looked the pick so far, and he came here as obviously, well, for the UK and Europe, a complete unknown, really, didn't he? And he's got a nice stroke, hasn't he, there, Chris? And let's talk about his fundamentals. Are pretty solid.
Yeah, his fundamentals are far better than the majority of the American players. He stays down on the cue, he delivers it straight, nice and smooth. There's no twitchiness in his shots. Very impressive. You don't often see that from American pool players though. He's kind of got like a Jason cue action, who's from Canada. It's unbelievable how much they are alike.
Well, I know Jason. Was Jason a snooker player in a previous existence, or was he brought up on pool?
Yeah, I think he was brought up on pool, but I think being a Canadian, he probably has played a little bit of snooker. I do know they have a lot of snooker tables in Canada. I know Alex Pagulayan was playing a little bit of snooker, and so was Corey Deuel. He actually played on the World Snooker Tour.
I know Alex Pagulayan came over to Q School a few years ago, and think he won a couple of matches, but it's a tough school, that one, I guess.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, the amount of great players that are playing snooker, I mean. But to me, that just says a lot about what World Snooker have done, and obviously what Barry Earn have done. I mean, they've got so many tournaments now, and so many people, you know, trying to win the ultimate prize. But for me, as long as Mr. O'Sullivan's still playing, I think everybody's playing for second.
Well, he's still, you know, you can argue he's as good as he's ever been at. How old is Ronnie now? He's early mid-40s.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Luca. I think he's playing as good as he's ever played.
And he was a Mosconi Cup player once upon a time as well.
Yeah, quite a few of the top snooker players.
Yeah, in the early days there was obviously Steve Davies, who had a long career in the event. Jimmy played once, I think.
Alex Higgins.
And that partnered with Jimmy, which was good fun a long time ago. And obviously Ronnie played once as well.
Yeah, actually, my first time ever playing on television at American Pool was against Steve Davis.
Where was that?
At Cardiff. I don't know if you remember that. I was
99.
A little bit thinner and a little bit younger.
Yeah, well, we all were at that stage.
Extension called.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I beat him 9-8, but I think that stood me in good stead because he was one of my heroes growing up, and in a way still is, even though he doesn't play anymore. He's made this. Oh, he's just pulled up. No easy shot to get on the 3 though. Well, I believe Imran's got to play this with a lot of stun and left hand spin, and he's got to try hit the 8 ball. He doesn't really want to hit the 3. If he hits the 8, he's virtually guaranteed to be on the 3 ball.
You do. Extension called.
If he tries to play this with right hand spin, I don't believe he can get there. I think he's playing it with left stun. Got to be careful he doesn't hit the 8 and scratching the side though. That would be unlucky. Perfect.
That was a great shot. Very good shot.
That's one of the best shots of the match, if not the best shot of the match. And unfortunately for Mark, he's left-handed, so he has to use the rest on this shot. It looks like we're going to have another hill, and is it going to be another England win at 5-4? Still got to play a couple of delicate shots though. 6 to 7's no gimme. I think I'd just be stopping this cue ball dead, personally. Just swing the cue ball round off 2 rails. That's not a bad shot. The only problem is he's going towards the side pocket. Oh, he's took the side pocket out of it, so he's not left him brilliant on the 7. That's actually a poor shot from Imran there. You would expect Mark to make this, but he's playing into what we call a blind pocket. Missed it by an absolute mile. And that all came down to Imran's poor.
He looked very tentative on the shot as well. It was seemed a bit jabby.
Yeah, that was Imran's poor shot, the shot before, which is put Mark in that position.
Now can the USA clean up these 3 balls for the win? It looks very promising.
On that one. If he's straight on this, he's definitely got some work to do, but I think he's okay. Yeah, he's fine. He can just punch this down for the 9 ball.
Ooh. That's perfect, but it looks a bit shaky at first as it rolls towards the corner pocket, but that's the 9-ball down and the win for the USA, 5-3, which brings the overall score back to 6-4 to England, who still need one more match game point to win, whilst USA need 3. We'll be back in a moment with the next match in this evening's session.
Manage it. It's up to you.
Good evening everyone and welcome to Spots and Stripes Pool Club here in London. This is Team England versus Team USA and I'm Emily Fraser and joined by my side is Chris Melling.
USA wins the leg.
Thanks, Emily. Good to be in the commentary box with you for the first time.
Oh don't, it's a nightmare I must say.
I'm looking forward to this game.
Race to 5
Not really
racks.
seen
First
Carl in
rack,
the
USA to break.
individual match as yet. He's certainly one of them players, even though he's not played for the last few months. He's certainly one of them players that can turn it on.
Well, exactly. I was thinking that he was going to be out of shape today, but he completely surprised me in all of these earlier matches.
Yeah, he's a natural player, is Carl. He doesn't need to practice every day of the week.
Bit more natural to him.
Yeah. That's a good break there from Schuyler. Needs to kick this in off the side rail and he's going to have a 3-9 combo. This is no gimme. You would expect him to make this, but...
So if you're just joining us, I know our stream has sort of popped in and out here. We're just having a few problems with the internet here. If you are experiencing any problems, we are currently 6-4 is our overall score at the moment to Team England, and it is first to 7 points in this tournament, and we will see this play out tonight. So Team England obviously on the hill. If they win this, if Carl wins this match, they will win the tournament. So it is the first rack here in this match, and Carl Boys versus Schuyler Woodward. So how's this table looking, Chris, for Carl right now?
Well, it's tough for Carl at the minute. He needs to be careful and get that 3-ball safe. I don't believe he has. May have left an edge on this. Not an easy shot. It's certainly been a long day and an enjoyable day at that. It's the first time we've had the England team against the US Mosconi Cup team.
A great warm-up style event ahead of next Tuesday, right, Chris?
Brilliant warm-up for them. The only difference is 2,500 people, and that is going to be the big difference.
It's going to be extremely different. I've been saying there isn't any tournament out there in 9-ball pool that hosts 2,500 spectators, is there?
No, I was saying to Luke during the last game, I was saying obviously the difference between a good player and a great player, in my opinion, is somebody who can do it under the utmost pressure.
Yeah,
and for me personally, I don't believe there's another tournament on earth that gives you as much pressure as the Mosconi Cup.
And to be fair, that's what we're trying to create in our other tournaments as well. And you know, Mosconi Cup is extremely unique in the fact that it draws the most fans in. But we've got a big job on our hands to be able to do that with our other events, and you know, the Whirlpool Masters, now the US Open, and I think that's going to be a huge amount of pressure for all the players playing, because they're going to walk in there and just look around and be amazed. So Schuyler taking the first rack here in London. Overall score is 6-4 to Team England.
Yeah, not only that, Emily, what Matchroom have done, and yourself and all the guys and Barry Hearn, everything that they seem to do seems to go crazy. I mean, I played on the snooker tour when there were 6 events, and I honestly believe if the snooker tour had been how it is now, I would have been top 32. I simply couldn't give up the pool because of the snooker, but I mean, you just got to look at the darts. I mean, that is unbelievable what happens with the darts.
Well, the darts obviously
Second
follow
rack.
us at the Mosconi Cup
England
at
to
Alexandra
break,
Palace,
trailing 1
so
rack to 0.
we run the 4th to the 7th of December, and as soon as that finishes, that next Friday night, we start de-rigging and the darts come in for the World Championships. And you know, I think even us bringing in this fancy dress prize for the Mosconi Cup, it's just changing and enhancing the event to open to different spectators, like the darts audience that come along.
Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. I mean, me personally, I love all the noise, all the banter, all the shouting. Sometimes, obviously, it can get a little bit too much, but you know, I personally love it.
And just the same with the US Open, the double elimination format. I just keep, when I go to sleep at night and I dream about it, because I'm sad like that, obviously. I just dream music playing and, you know, sort of all the players enjoying themselves. I hate that whole quiet atmosphere, and I get the, you know, when players are down on the shot, but it's all about consistent music. I'm guessing that the big one noise is off-putting, but when you have consistent music throughout, it's a bit different, isn't it, the atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere that I witnessed when I played in 2012 in London, it was just you can't really describe it. I mean, it was frightening. They're all singing your name. You got thousands of people shouting, all wanting you to win. Where a lot of the time when we're playing pool around the world, a lot of the people want you to lose.
Extension.
So to have, that amount of people behind you and supporting you is unbelievable, really.
And just sorry to everyone if the stream has been going down again. We are just experiencing some internet issues here in London. Unfortunately, we do have internet problems at every venue that we go to, so if you're just joining us, we are obviously here 6-4 to Team England, and it is currently 1-0 to Team USA. Skylar Woodward.
Good shot there by Skylar. Carl's in a bit of trouble here, needs a little bit of luck. You do fancy him to hit this, and because the 4 ball's so close to the pocket, there is a good chance he might make it. Wow, what a shot.
Great
What a
from
shot.
Carl there. He knows it as well.
He'll be getting more hits than me on the internet this rate.
Yeah.
What a shot that is. Not bad for a guy who says he hasn't picked his cue up for 6 months. Oh, now I realise why.
Absolutely fluffed that one up, hasn't he?
I tell you what, he's had the right result though. He's not left Skylar anything. Take another look at this shot. One rail kick. What a shot. I'm not sure what Skylar can do at first look. He's going to try and skim off the 5 and put the cue ball behind the 7 and the 6. Doesn't want to leave the gap.
No, and he's
great
played
shot.
that great, hasn't he?
Really good shot there from Skylar. Similar to Carl's last shot though, where he actually made the the 4 in the corner.
I'm really impressed with Skylar's game recently. I was obviously over in Virginia at the International Open, and he just seemed to play so impressive throughout. And I know saying that because you guys played over there, but it's just good to see them strong, Team USA, and obviously bringing that over here to London.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Foul.
like I was saying to Luke earlier in the last
Ball in
match I
hand.
was commentating, that it's good to see a lot of the young players representing USA, and it's good for the future of the game in the US.
And I keep thinking it as well for the likes of the Whirlpool Masters, and it's always been the 16-player invitation. And now we changed the format, increased it to 24 players. I'd like to see the second or even the third US player in there. They're so dominating in 9-ball pool as well. It makes sense to have them in there, and it's just great that the qualifying criteria is Mosconi Cup MVP. So if we get a USA win, and I've actually called it, I said Tyler for Mosconi Cup MVP, but I mean, it's anyone, isn't it?
It's funny you should say that, because I actually said again to Luke in the last match, for me he's been the most impressive of the American players.
Yeah.
His fundamentals are unbelievable. For an American pool player, he's got one of the best fundamentals that I've seen. It's 2-0 to USA. The comeback's on.
I said we were going to be here all night, and I don't mind it. I like a nice long tournament. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, but you live in London, Emily.
Shut up, you've got your hotel room tonight, I'm sure.
That's a proper London saying, innit?
I
Shut up.
And just to obviously talk about the Whirlpool Masters, it will be taking place in Gibraltar next year, the 29th to the 31st of March. increased prize money as well, $100,000 total, which is always obviously nice to see. The prize money increased only a couple of years ago, so you know, when tournaments are successful, that's something that we look to do straight away.
Third rack.
So
USA to break,
it's even
leading
the
2 racks to
champions
0.
that we had a couple of weeks ago. We had the best viewing figures on ITV, the best social media numbers that we've ever had for the event, and the quality of the matches were absolutely incredible. And so straight away, we've increased the prize fund, put another £70,000 in there, and it's 100 grand to the winner.
Yeah, that's really that's what I'm most impressed about with obviously Matchroom, is that the push. I mean, like the darts, for instance, this year, or should I say 2018-19, is 500,000, I believe, for the winner. And obviously the winner of the snooker went up to 400,000. So
it's just monster money, isn't it?
Well, it's absolutely life-changing money.
I'd love to be able to do that in pool, and I think we're the ones to do it. So
yeah, without a doubt, there's only one person that can make that happen, or should I say, the person and his team.
I was going to say, careful. So you've got Carl on the table here. How's this sort of looking for him here, Chris?
Well, this should be ABC for somebody like Carl. He's got nothing to do really. Perfect there on the 6 ball. Just needs to make sure he leaves a good angle on the 7 to get to the 8. That's just okay. Maybe a little bit straight.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, is he? Shaking his head.
He likes a little shake of the head now and again.
Does
Carl.
he?
Most of the time when he does it, you know he's perfect. That's a good
nice
shot there. Still needs to play a delicate shot here on the 8 ball. Soft screw. Maybe he can just roll this in and just flick off the 9 ball for the 9 in the same pocket as the 8 ball's going to go. That's perfect.
That's a great shot from Carl. He's played really well today, actually. And I say actually because he kept saying, oh, you know, I haven't been playing for a while, and he's been very impressive for it. I'm looking forward to him being in off the rail next week at the Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, because he's a good character, is Carl. He's always fun to be around. But I mean, he's been the World 8 ball champion. He's been the World Cup of Pool champion with Darren.
Yep.
In 2014, I think it was. So he's certainly no stranger to winning tournaments.
So it's 2-1.
Fourth
to
rack, England
USA.
to break, trailing 2 racks to 1.
And he has got one of the most powerful breaks in the game, as you've just seen. And that is so unlucky not to
Dry
make a
though,
ball
yeah.
on that break. Wide open table yet again.
So what's Skylar thinking here?
Well, he's going to try, I believe, and make the 1 in the side pocket and bring the cue ball out for either the 2 in the corner past the 3 or the 2 in the side. Always giving yourself options of which pocket to play for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we won't
Just
be too
a
happy
bit,
with
yeah,
that.
a bit too tight there.
If you can't get this cue ball away, he may hook himself here. This is tough. And he could foul.
Oh, it's a nice shot there.
Oh, is he hooked? No, he's just on it, I think. He's certainly dicing with death at the moment. Maybe he is hooked. He is. Well, the problem with this is if he jumps a shot and makes a 3, he could end up scratching in the opposite side pocket. He could also go off the table. It's not an easy shot, this.
Oh. Oh.
I nearly got it right. I nearly got it right. He was always going close to it. see
Yes.
Tyler in
Tyler's
the
reaction.
background, begging
Yeah.
for that ball not to drop. I tell you what I'm impressed with as well, all the Americans are sat behind each other,
I know.
high-fiving each other, getting
Extension.
behind each other, where they never done that in previous years.
I
They
know.
obviously they all want each other to win.
I've been saying it sort of all afternoon here. I've noticed. Obviously, I've been hanging out and I've been speaking with the team, and I've been going to the different events like the Euro Tour, like the International Open, and earlier this year in Vegas, I was there for the CSI event, which is great event over there in July, and I've just noticed a real change in Team USA. And obviously, I haven't been around for that long, but I compare it from obviously last year. And they are just they're much more of a solid team, which is something that Team Europe has always had before. You don't have 5 individuals, you have a team and the captain. And this is something that we're really seeing from Team USA. And, it's not even just Johan that's doing it. It's credit to Jeremy and the 5 players as well, because you can see that they all want to get together. They all clearly support one another, but they've just never sort of got that kind of team environment, and I think everyone's in for a real surprise next Tuesday.
Yeah, what I think is that I don't think there's any egos on the team. I think that's a massive, massive difference. Because don't get me wrong, when we're playing throughout the year, we're all wanting to win, and at the end of the day, if you're going to get in the Mosconi Cup team or the World Cup or the World Masters, yes, it sounds wrong to say it, but sometimes you're wanting your friends to lose, where these guys have constantly been behind each other all year.
Wow, sorry Chris to interrupt that. What a shot. Look at him grinning, Skylar. He loves that.
Yep.
Well, for me, that's definitely the shot of the match.
That's got to be the shot of the match, 100%. Look at that.
Smashed it in at 1,000 miles an hour.
And that's exactly what Team USA need, don't they? They just need that slight bit of confidence. And they are the best players in the US. And, as saying earlier, credit to you guys coming down and playing in this tournament, because, yes, okay, it is a warm-up style for the Mosconi Cup, but they don't have it easy today. It's not, this isn't just a practice as such. They are playing like 5 very strong contenders for a tournament here, and it's just really good for ahead of the Mosconi Cup, and I think we're just in for a real treat next week.
5th rack.
Yeah, there's
USA to break.
no doubt about it. I can
Leading
assure
3
you that
racks to
every
1.
player's trying to win on this English team, because it stamps their authority in world pool.
Yeah, of course.
What a break that is. Where's the 9 ball? Oof. Nearly made the 9 ball. And how unlucky is that? That is so unlucky. I'm not sure he's got a real easy safety either. There is one safety he can play, but it's dangerous. He can clip off the 1 and play the 1 3 rails and stick the cue ball in behind the 2, the 8, the 9 and the 6. That's what I'd be trying to do from here. The cue ball could be going in the corner. Good effort. Would have been a little unfortunate to scratch, but
Yeah, it's a good effort there from Skylar.
this
Definitely.
is a real tough shot though for Carl.
And yeah, you can just see, can't you? Although I do think he's a little bit of a drama queen when it comes to things
He's
like that.
certainly a drama queen.
He loves to entertain.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this goes over behind the 4, what a shot.
What a shot. Oh,
That is so unfortunate. That would
He's
have been
got a
a
shot
great
there,
shot,
yeah.
that would.
This isn't a straightforward shot though for Skylar, right?
Well, you'd think at the last few shots that he's played, this would be a hanger for him.
He gets down on the table quite quickly, Skylar. He plays really fast, doesn't he?
Too thin.
Oh, there's been so
Foul.
many.
And I was just
And
about
he's
to
just-
say,
Ball in
near
hand.
scratch here. Carl's got a glorious opportunity here. And that wasn't unlucky to scratch. He shouldn't have been going towards that corner. And it all came because he hit the 1 ball too thin. Carl doesn't know how to play this
I was
shot.
going to say, it seems like he needs to phone a friend here.
This is the drama queen coming out of him.
Oh, yeah. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's definitely going to play
Extension.
this from there. Spin the cue ball off the side rail, straight between the 6 and the 7, and leave the cue ball bang on the bottom cushion.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Well, that's what he'd be trying. Whether that happens,
Whether that
I'm not
happens or
sure.
not. So you're blaming it on Carl then if you get it wrong.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it's even better if he can actually flick off the 2 and pop the 8. It doesn't look like he's playing it. Needs to be careful not to hit the 9.
He did.
He'd probably play this left-handed because he can play left-handed, can Carl.
Well, he's a showman, isn't he? So, of course, he always practices that shot, I'm sure.
Well, I'm very surprised he's not playing this left-handed because he is good at the left-handed shots.
I think he's
And
quite
if you remember,
nervous
he
about that
miscued
game.
last time he was playing this shot.
Okay.
That's a good shot there. And it looks like the 6-9 is a straight combo, so Carl will be looking to pot the 4, draw the cube off both side rails for the 5 in the centre pocket. Well, this looks like it's nailed on. The 6-9 is more or less impossible to miss.
You've said it now. Come on then, Carl. Let's see if you've got it.
Well, I can't see how he can miss this. Unless that train comes through the roof in a minute.
Yeah. Good rack there from Carl. So taking us to 3-2 to Team USA. So it's Carl Boys here against Skylar Woodward. And the overall score at the moment stands at 6-4 to Team England against Team USA. This is a warm-up style event ahead of the Party Poker Mosconi Cup, which is taking place next Tuesday, the 4th of December, live at Alexandra Palace. If you haven't bought a ticket yet, I suggest you do, because they will sell out. And if you can't make it there for some strange reason, then I'll let you off and you can tune in Sky Sports main event as well.
6th rack, England to break, trailing 3 racks to 2.
Good break from Carl there. Needs a little bit of luck. He's not got it. He's not got it. What does he play here?
I was going to say, what's your thoughts on this one, Chris?
Well, is he going to chase the 9? Is he going to bank the 2? There's a case for playing the bank on the 2 ball. But whatever he plays, it's not easy. It looks like he's clipping off the 2 here.
No.
He was chasing the 9, but he's played a good shot. He's played it clever. Good shot from Carl there. Put Skylar in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he has.
But has he tied up the 6 with the 9 ball?
Skylar taking a good look at this.
Extension.
An extension called. We play a 30-second shot clock here, very much like the Mosconi Cup. And each player gets 1 extension per rack.
Oh, he's played a
And
good
he's
shot
played
there.
a great shot there.
He's going to be in trouble here though. Carl's going to try and stick the 1-2 ball behind the 3 and put the cue ball as tight as possible up to the 7.
Okay. I'm really impressed with both these players for this match. Obviously Skylar's just been playing fantastic as well, and Carl, like we keep saying, he's sort of been out of practice.
Well, that's a real poor shot from Carl there. They'll be disappointed with that one. Yeah, they're both funny characters, always laughing and having a joke. That's good to see, you know, you get to see the personality of both players. Oof, That's not his best shot. And as he left the combo,
Oh,
he's
you
been
can hear
lucky if
in
he
the
hasn't.
audience as well, yeah.
And you can virtually guarantee that if he hasn't, Carl will be having a right swipe at this
Well, you
one.
can tell by Carl's face he wants to have a punt at this, doesn't he?
Well, the problem is, if he flicks off the 2 ball, the 9's going to land over the corner. It's going to probably leave a 2-9 combo. So he may as well hack at this one and
Yeah.
hopefully make the 9.
That's one thing I like about Carl, is that he'll go for shots like this. It's kind of like a nothing to lose.
Yeah, I think it's good for people watching.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it?
Don't be surprised if he flukes a different ball
Oh,
here,
don't.
because this 2 ball could actually go in the top left-hand corner if he hits it thin. Obviously, he's trying to make the 9 here, but this is difficult.
I'm intrigued to see how this
is
plays
real
out.
difficult. Not bad. Not bad at all. He was actually playing the safety, which
Okay.
was tough as well.
I'm disappointed in Carl for not trying it. I'm going to have a word with him after. He should have gone for it.
This isn't a good shot. This isn't a good shot. He's
No,
going to
he
be
knows it
banging
as
trouble
well.
now. Stuck up to that 3 ball. Doesn't want the 2 ball too close to the 4 though. Clever shot. Real clever
Yeah,
shot.
lovely shot from Carl there.
And for the viewers watching at home, the reason that's a real clever shot is because if he had left that 2 over the side pocket, which a lot of people would do, it would leave an easy kick shot for Skylar. So Carl's made sure that he's put the 2 further down. You could see Skylar scratch straight in the side here.
Okay.
Foul.
Oh, exactly what you said.
Ball in hand.
And from this position, there we see Skylar kicking, hitting the wrong side of the 2. And all that came because Carl played a clever shot there on the 2. Like I said, there's so many people would have just played the hook on the 2 ball and probably left the 3, left it over the side.
Looking pretty straightforward from here, Chris.
Yeah,
Carl.
and as we used to say in the English pool world, we call these Mary Ploppins.
Should be in the dictionary like that, shouldn't it?
So for somebody of Carl's calibre, he shouldn't be missing from here.
I don't know. You saw that 8 ball at the Whirlpool Masters in 2015, I think
I did,
it was.
yeah, and he's sponsored by Calvin Klein now,
Oh
I see.
no. We'll have to have a word with his wardrobe after this match. Can't be flashing our viewers like that. Although it is after the watershed. Ash, I see better players down your local. I would bet that you do not, sir. This is some of the best players in the world here, and there will certainly be at the Mosconi Cup next week. So I strongly disagree. Unless Chris Melling plays at your club, then that in case, then no.
Well, he's more than happy to empty his bank balance if he wishes to. Played a poor shot there as Carl. Oh, but that's a good recovery.
Yeah.
That's a real good recovery.
So takes this 9, then he will go 3-all against Skylar Woodward. So it's a race to 5 in this format, exactly the same as the Mosconi Cup. Although overall it is currently 6-4 to Team England, and it is a race to 7 points. So just one more point, Carl could potentially be the player to take Team England to victory against Mosconi's Team USA. But I think Skylar's he's still in this. This is what's beautiful about the race to 5 format. He's definitely in this. So.
Yeah, well, I thought in the last match when it was 3-0 to England, I thought it was over. But obviously Team America played great and came back and put the pressure on England,
Exactly.
and they missed a couple of chances towards the end.
And if anyone's going to do that and put the pressure on Carl, it's going to be Skylar Woodward.
Yeah, he's been playing well as Skylar, especially this year. He's
7th rack, USA to break.
he's done well in a
3
lot of
racks all.
tournaments, including the International Open. I think he finished 3rd in the
Yeah,
International
3rd
Open.
place he got.
What a break
Oh,
this
what
is.
a break.
What a break this is. He
This
doesn't
is
want that
just-
2-ball to go in though. And it's not
No.
easy, 2 to 3. There's always something difficult. Have you ever been to the Derby City Classic, Emily?
I haven't, and do you know what? I've actually been thinking about that going. I've said it to Carl and Jeremy earlier this afternoon that I'm trying to travel to more pool events just to see what other events are out there, because we can only ever be the best in the industry if we know what else is happening. So I'm quite intrigued to go. Actually, I don't even know what the dates are.
It's normally around January the 10th to the 27th, or around the 15th to the 27th.
Okay.
The only reason I remember that is because my birthday is on the
Oh, is it?
27th. But yeah, I mean, what a tournament. I mean, you've got some money matches there, and you will not believe your eyes by what you're watching. They're literally playing for $10,000 per rack.
My word. And what's the table set up there?
Well, that was actually on a bar table.
Wow.
So that was like your normal 7-foot English pool table.
Oh, might take a little trip.
Oh, this isn't his best shot. He's okay.
I just always get so impressed when I watch Skylar. I'm so impressed at how quick he plays.
Yeah,
He just seems to just get down on the table and he knows exactly what he's doing.
yeah, he likes to get on with it. He doesn't hang around. Oh, is he short?
Yeah.
Is he short? He is. He's just banged his chalk on the table.
Yeah, he's not happy about this.
Well, for me there, when you're playing that shot, it's far better to over-hit the shot than under-hit the
under.
shot, because you're always going to have a chance. If you under-hit that shot, you're just leaving yourself in trouble. But if I had to put my money on this, I think he'd make this. He'll make this 9 out of 10 in my opinion.
Extension.
Just got to be careful he doesn't draw the cue ball in the opposite corner.
Oh, what a shot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Skylar Woodward is in Team USA for the Party Poker Mosconi Cup next week. And he takes the 4th rack here in this evening's match. And it's 4-3 to Team USA. And those of you watching, this is a warm-up style event ahead of the Mosconi Cup that starts next Tuesday, the 4th of December, finishing Friday the 7th. And it will be live on Sky Sports main event. And Chris, I'm sure you already know, if you're on main event, you are the big boys. That is the channel to be on. That is your ESPN. Not ESPN 5.
I'll certainly have a keen eye on it.
England to break.
That is your
trailing
main
4 racks to
event
3.
channel. So if you can't make it to Alexandra Palace for some strange reason, because you should be there, you can watch it on Sky Sports main event from 6:30 p.m. will be live each night.
Well, that was a poor shot there. Didn't have to be anywhere near that 3 ball, and now, how does he pot the 2 and get to the 3? What a shot.
What a shot. This is Skylar Woodward, everyone. If you are not tuned in, you should be, because this is 9-ball pool at its best right here.
Well, he's certainly playing as good as I've seen him play for a long time. He's getting on with it.
He is. He just gets down on the table and just gets on with it. It's not even in a form of rushing. It just seems so natural to him to play like that. I just personally, I just think it's a great way to watch.
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than watching somebody in full flow on a pool or a snooker table. Maybe he's booked a table at the restaurant.
So it's pretty straightforward from here, Chris.
Yeah, you can't see
I don't
Skylar
want to
missing
jinx
from
it,
here.
but
The only way he misses from here is if he gets a skid.
yeah.
And that's it. 5-3 to the USA.
What an impressive match here, and fair play to Carl Boys. He played absolutely incredible there. But Skylar Woodward, again, like I said, proving his spot in the Mosconi Cup next week. He really is an extraordinary player, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play next Tuesday. So we are overall, at the moment, it is actually 6-5 to Team England, if just in case there was a little mistake on the graphic there. They haven't won just yet. It is 1-7 here in this tournament, so England 1 point away, but USA are 2 points from victory. So we will be having a couple more matches here this evening. We will finish this play out tonight. Again, it's 1-7 points, and the overall score is 6-5 to Team England. And we will head to Nick Till, who is down by the table with Team England.
So this match just keeps on going. The American fight back is on. It's 6-5 to England at the moment, which means we've got potential 2 more singles matches to come. I'm hoping Johan Roysink's going to join me really quickly, but for now, Daryl, your guys still got a little bit more work to do here.
Yeah, we thought we were cruising at 6-3. A couple of, not bad performances, but they've played well to come back into it. So we've got to play 2 more, well, possibly 2 more, but hopefully 1 more singles, and then we'll see what happens.
So Johan's joined us now, so let's get your picks for the next singles match. Daryl, who's up for you?
First one will be Chris Melling.
So Chris Melling for England, and Johan, who's taking on this next match for USA?
Shane from Boening.
And then if Shane is the winner of that, it goes to Hill 6-all, which means they'll have 1 more singles match. Daryl, who'll take that one on for you?
It'll be Mark Gray.
Mark Gray, and who'll it be for USA?
Skylar.
So we've got Chris Melling against Shane Van Boening, and then Mark Gray against Skylar Woodward to conclude this England versus USA challenge match. We'll be back in just a moment with that first singles match.
I use yours for great chalk, I think. Someone took it, jumped it.
Okay, so just to confirm, Martin's gone home.
Yes.
I'm obviously going to... Okay.
This is Luke Riches for the possibly penultimate match of the competition. I'm being joined by Cole Boys, who's just lost.
Thank you to first rack.
But it's been an entertaining afternoon and evening. And we've
Race
got
to 5 racks.
Chris Melling against Shane Van Boening. If obviously if England, Chris wins this, it's game set and match for England. If Shane wins it extends to a final tie-breaking match, which will see Skylar Woodward and Mark Gray face off.
Could do with Chris winning this match, Luke, as Mark Gray doesn't feel too confident.
Do you not think Mark's confident of that?
No, he wanted me to play, and I said, you're having a laugh at it.
Yeah. Well, I think, Carl, the purpose of today was to have a session for Team USA, and obviously it's been a good match. But do you think they'll have some positives to take away from today's action?
100%, yeah. I think there's a lot of positives to take from it. I think Shane's played really good. I think Tyler, the new kid, the rookie, he's played really good. Skylar looks really up for it this year. Billy, Corey, not too bad. So yeah, I think there's a lot of positives. And obviously they can still win this match.
They can indeed, yeah. Well, according to the score graphic, they've already won it 5-3.
Nobody's listening, Luke. There you go. And Shane's got first opportunity here at the table.
That was a nice shot, wasn't it? Very delicate.
Don't think the 3-ball passes the 8 though. So I'm not really sure what he was playing there. It's a very, very difficult combo, this. It certainly looks it from the overhead camera. It went easy.
It really didn't look it, did it?
No, not from the overhead it didn't, but as you could see. Who do you like for this point, Luke?
It's a difficult one because Chris has been playing really well today, hasn't he? And so has Shane. I don't know. It might come down to the break really, because we've seen so many dry breaks today, and often obviously that works against you heavily sometimes. And if they can get balls down on their breaks and leave themselves, half decent tables there, then to me it will go to the breaker.
Yeah, that was a nice shot from Shane there. Needs to make sure he gets an angle on this next shot though, on the 6-ball. Just because of where the 7's lying. The 7 didn't seem to go past the 8. So he'll be playing it past the 9-ball. He looks pretty good there. You always sort of know when a player's in good line. They get down fairly quick. Like that. That looks pretty good. It's looking like 1-0 USA. Are we going to have a hill match? Just shows you anything's possible. 6-3. And a lot of people might have thought it was going to be an England win. And we was 3-0 up in the doubles match and all.
There you go, 1-0 USA. He does look. He's never been. He's not had a great run in the Mosconi Cup in his career in it, Shane. But I guess the argument is that sooner or later he's going to play well in it.
No, I mean it was a funny one really, because the first ever year I played was 2010, and USA was actually the reigning Mosconi Cup champions, and he'd played in that team. And then if you'd have told me, fast forward 8 years, how the story would have gone, I'd have never believed you. It's been quite unbelievable, to be honest. But I think Shane, to be honest, I've been watching a lot of
USA
footage
to break,
these last 2 or 3 weeks, and I think Shane's actually, I know he's not played great in some of his matches, but I don't think it's been as bad as what people are led to believe. You know, you see a lot of stuff, certainly from Europe. Oh, Shane's not played well, he's not done this, but I've been watching it and he's actually not played that bad. He always seems to come up against the sort of biggest players in Team Europe, and that's no disrespect to any other players on the team, but he's faced Darren Appleton a lot of times and Des seems to have had the results. He's played Jason Shaw of late, but I think they're fairly even. You know, he always seems to play that big crunch match.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think people, you know, in the end, the results and the record speaks for itself. But you know, I think probably Shane's found himself under a lot of pressure in the Mosconi Cup, and sometimes that, you know, can count against you, especially in a team game. You know, when it's just yourself, isn't it? But when you got 4 other people to worry about, it sometimes adds a little bit of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, and I think this year, what I'm looking for this year is I'd love to see another USA player really come with a strong game. So whether it be Skylar or even Tyler, he's looked really good today. Really impressed with him. You know, there's somebody who's going out there and like dominating the doubles match, playing all the right shots, looks really good, and then I think that'll take a bit of pressure off Shane, and I think that's what he probably needs. Melling's at the table. That's a little bit short of pace there. He'd like to been a little bit straighter on this 4-ball, but as we all know, he's a great potter of the ball, Chris Melling. As I've said, that I've cursed him, Luke.
Yeah, he just hit the rail just before the centre pocket, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. You just see it glance there, and that's the thing.
Took it off course.
You can't keep potting your way out of trouble. Cue ball is everything in this game, and has he left Shane a gap through these balls or not?
It doesn't look like it, but
no.
But what do I know? Because it looks like that's what he's going for.
He's certainly eyeing it up. Or maybe he can only see the left side of the 4-ball, which means he could play across bank. Obviously, we're just sort of guessing at the minute. We can't really tell what he can see through the gap, but he can certainly see something.
You're right, and the cross bank and come up short, but he's okay there.
Yeah, it was a good cue ball. Imperative he left distance. And distance is what he got.
You do.
No, I'm not sure if Chris can play the bank shot here or not.
I think it passes the 5.
Yeah, I'm just not so sure if they
Extension
sort of double kiss the cue ball or not. He's gone for that, but he's way off. And he's left Shane in a real good position there. As you can see, the 4-ball just comes round and lands in a lovely position. He was away off with the bank shot there, Luke, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think you were right on the double kiss. I think it didn't go anywhere near, did it?
This will be a strong start from Shane. Nice shot, spinning that one in for the 7 in the corner. These 3 balls for a 2-0 lead. Are we going to see an hill match? I think we are, you know.
I would certainly say that's favourite now, Carl. After that one, it's 2-0. It's only a small lead, but in a race to 5, it can be quite insurmountable.
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, regardless of the result today, I mean, a win's obviously probably going to do them, you know, a lot of confidence. But even if they was to lose, I think Johan's just going to go away, and you know, I'm sure he's made a lot of notes and where he feels like they can improve and stuff. But I have to say, I think USA do look pretty good this year. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, like you said a little bit earlier, that they need some big performances next week, and because you can't win the Mosconi Cup.
Thank you, the third rack.
Without that, and
England to break.
It's been missing in the previous few years.
2 racks to 0.
Let's have a look at Chrissy's break now. Has he made a ball? No, he hasn't. And I think the 1 ball will pass the 5. No, it doesn't from this angle, does it?
No.
The overhead cameras are very deceiving at times. It's an awkward little situation he's left with here. No real obvious safety shot. Obviously he can't put the 1 ball. Just having a look there if he can come off. Is he having a look, see if he can go cushion 1 ball and make the 5?
Extension called.
Just having a little look here. He's looking at something. Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at. You see. Can he hit the cushion there, hit the 1 ball and make the 5, maybe even make the 1 in the other corner? Very attacking shot. Yeah, he's had a go at that. Very difficult shot that, Luke.
But there would seem to be a certain element of luck in it as well, that you could play that a few times and not make it. He's not left a sitter though, has he?
No, he's not, and when you're 2-0 down, this just seems to be magnified, a little bit more difficult. He's played really good today though, Chris.
Extension called.
He's come here with a lot of confidence. Playing some good stuff lately. Yeah, good shot. A little bit unlucky there. He obviously wanted to miss the 2 ball. Just nudged it onto the cushion. I don't think he's left himself a pot.
Does that not go all the way out the rail to the top left? He tried one of these a bit earlier before, didn't he?
Yeah, it does pass, but it's so thin, and but he is a very attacking player, as we all know. He's not scared of going for his shots. And it's gone in. Didn't think that was going to go in.
There with that 4-9 combo, it goes to England 1, USA 2. As Melling pulls one back. First rack of the match for England.
Fourth rack, USA to break, leading 2 racks to 1.
Let's see what Shane can do with this break shot, see if he can create something and give himself a chance of running out this rack. To 12. Well, it's going to be a late night. A long walk home, Carl. He's got away with it. Yeah, Billy came in last night about 10:30, so he must be. He was all right this morning, but I think he must be in pieces now. Well, they say it takes 1 hour.
Extension called?
So rather, it takes 1 day for every hour of time difference to get yourself on an even kill. Yeah, well, how true that is, I don't know. But I mean, Tyler's been in Belgium with Johan, so he's been probably acclimatised by now. Yes, he has. Yeah, for a week working with him.
Extension called.
Can he pot that one, Carl? Again, it's the deceptive overhead angle, but It was a great shot, wasn't it? You can see the light at the end of the tunnel on this rack now, can't you? Well, it's you know, you think they're so sort of honed in now, the European team. They just seem to turn up at the Mosconi Cup every year and just win it, don't they? But there's a couple of debut players on the team. There's Clenty Catchy, who's the world #1, but not really seen him much in this country. No. But he seems a very confident sort of guy. I can't really see him crumbling under any sort of pressure out there. Albin's played in 2 or 3, yeah. Yeah. No.
Thank you to 5th rack. England to break. Trailing 3 racks to 1.
It is, yes. I mean, it's, you know, without doubt, guys like Kazakis and Kachi have had great years and, you know, are top players. But, you know, any time there's a little bit of doubt, it always makes it interesting. I mean, they're going to be feeling the pressure as well, so we shall see. But I think it's more poised than it has been in a few years, the Mosconi Cup. Well, I guess you'd have to say nothing that he's done so far this match would indicate that he can't do that.
Great shot there from Shane. Perfect. That was like the rack shot there. He knew he had to get on the 3 ball. And just these few balls now for a 4-1 lead. As I said before, Shane Van Boening played very good today. Skylar's played very good. And if Shane does get over the line in this match, it's Hill, and we've got a final match, and it'll be Skylar Woodward, and he will play Mr. Mark Gray. Mark's played in 3 Mosconi Cups and won 3 Mosconi Cups, 2008, 2014 and 2016.
That's 4-1 now, so only possibly one more rack, unless Chris can mount some sort of comeback, and then we'll see Skylar and Mark go at it to see who wins the trophy. We actually got a trophy, Carl.
Emily did say that, yeah. Is it the Mosconi Cup trophy?
No, I'm afraid it's not. No, it's one we found in the office, mate.
Is it Fishermania or something like that?
We do recycle. I think it might be an old Euro Pro Tour.
I've got a question for you, actually. ITV champion
of champion snooker, yeah?
Was that the old World 9-ball trophy?
It was the World 9-ball. And the old Mosconi Cup.
I thought that,
and the World Championship of Ping Pong.
It's done its rounds.
Oh, I guess we get a lot of value out of that trophy.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was the original World 9-ball.
Leading 4 racks
The
to
Efron won in
Quiet down, please.
99, and then Darryl Peach was the last one to win that in 2007 when you got a bronze medal, I believe.
Yeah, I got a bronze medal. First ever event. So Ronnie's got the World 9-ball trophy.
Yeah, without ever actually having won it. Although he's been pretty good in the Champion of Champions, I have to say.
Now Chris is faced with a long pot, having not had much table time. So this needs queuing well. And Chris is looking pretty good here. Very good 1-ball, I must say. Looks to be in very, very good position in this rack. Just needs to put this draw back down the table for the 6. I think he's slightly overdone that ball though. Oh no. Well, he's had a fortunate kiss there, hasn't he, Luke?
Indeed he has. Could have gone in any pocket, but he's got a nice easy one into the side pocket there. Just needs to stop it for the...
And he's under it that one a little bit and all, so...
Has he got to do a bit of work here?
Yeah, he's got to fly this ball around the angles. Shouldn't be a problem. Judge this one alright.
So that's 4-2, and Shane has the chance now to put the match away. Although Chris looked very, very good in that rack, didn't he, Carl?
Yeah, it was a fantastic opening shot, 1-ball. It's Chris's break, and he's trailing 4 racks to 2. This will just make it interesting if he can get a break and run here. He'll just ask Shane the question. Just put that pressure
Trailing.
back over to the USA.
It looked a bit of a slug rack that one, Carl, didn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a few jokes out there. I think something's going on.
Some of the balls barely moved.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The referee did his finest rack there. There you see Chris having a little smile and a little whinge up. He's left it, you know. I'm not sure if he was playing safe or going for a bank. I presume he was going safe there because there's no value in him potting that where he's put the white, but as you can see there's a gap. Mind, it's not an easy shot. Not easy at all.
Extension called.
Oh, he's gone in off. He's scratched.
Foul.
It was a good pot. Wasn't easy to control the cue ball. And Shane's having a look to see if he can make a 2-9 combo.
The rest of the balls are, a couple of them a little bit tied up. It might be the easier option. What do you think, Carl? Is that sort of shot you would go for?
Not the best at these sort of shots, I won't lie. So it's not a shot I'm a massive fan of, but there's definitely value going for this. I mean, it's match ball, isn't it?
Extension called.
And I'm just wondering if there's a way of him playing like a bit of a
sort of safety on
yeah,
the
I don't
side.
think he will. I think he's just going to attack this. I mean, it's match ball at the end of the day, point ball, and there it is. Yeah, he's made it, and it's 6-6. The fans are going to see a deciding matchup.
Thanks, Shane.
Yeah, first of all, we're going to go away for a couple of minutes while we reboot the stream, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you.